that we're late this time, but welcome back to Sunday Night Geeks, everybody. We got a lot on the slate to talk about tonight, guys, but I'm here with my lovely co-hosts, Chris and Amanda. Chris, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Leo? How are you, late bird?
Oh, not too bad, buddy. How's about yourself? It's been a pretty stacked up weekend for you, sir.
Yes, sir. I am what the kids call tired AF.
Yeah, what
Did
you
I say that?
doing?
Did I say? Well, as you know, Leo, we've been working on my motion comic television series called What Goes Around. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And we just, things are moving forward. We had a big day today, gone on Gump's channel for his charity and talked about the show, introduced it to the people for the first time. That kind of stuff. So it's been an awesome weekend.
What goes around goes around. Y'all remember that Justin Timberlake song?
Yes.
Back in the day, fire. Okay. Amanda, what's going on?
Hey gang, I'm super excited for the conversations that we're about to have tonight. It was a pretty crazy week and I'm just super excited. Today was pretty chill. I stayed outside the whole day. It's so beautiful and sunny. Now I'm here with you guys, so I'm very excited.
Right on. And everybody tuning in, feel free to weigh in at any point. We'll be talking about a lot tonight, especially the Snyder cut, a possible Ayer cut, the new Tenet trailer, and the Lovebirds that came to Netflix this Friday. But we will start the show with the meat of the week, guys, the Snyder cut. It's here. It's happening. Amanda, I'm going to go to you first because I know you've been following this religiously for a little while. Let me know your thoughts. What was your first thought when Zack Snyder turned that camera around and showed the world that the Snyder cut is coming to HBO Max?
Honestly, I did not have words for that moment. I think it's the happiest I've ever been since 2017, to be perfectly honest. I know that's saying a lot, but oh my God, I think I started crying when Henry came on the live on Vero, just because he's been getting bashed like left, right, and center for not supporting the cut. And I knew that something was planned from the beginning of this year because they also did a BVS watch party and then Henry still didn't say anything. So he got a lot of slack. People were like being really rude to him in the comments and just like calling him out. So having Henry on there, like I started crying a bit just because out of like everyone, he started the universe and it was really important for him to be on that live. So I kind of teared up there. And then as they brought the fans in on the live, I'm like, oh my God, like this is actually happening. And then when he turned the screen, it was just like it was a huge weight, like was lifted from my shoulders. And it's not only me, it's the entire like fandom that have been supporting the movement and tweeting about the movement since 2017, because Zack and like Deborah Snyder, they've been through so much. And they really deserve this. So I was just really emotional. It like to be a part of a movement for like 4 years and then have it actually come true and be like, it was just unreal. And I started crying. I was like a little crybaby, but it was one of the most amazing moments ever. And everyone in that cast deserves it. Zack and Debbie definitely deserve it. So yeah, it's just a huge moment. And yeah, I was really, really freaking happy, man. It was great.
I mean, what an exciting result that was. Like,
Yeah.
I remember being at the watch party and watching the Q&A after somebody finally gets the Snyder Cut question, and they're kind of beating around the bush, and Zack's like, oh, maybe it'll see the light of day one day. And I'm like, they have to be toying with us. They have to be. Why would Henry come? Why would they have all this happening?
Yeah.
You can see the comments just like flooding in, everybody going nuts,
But
saying
why
like,
would-
big fail. Why would you do this?
Exactly,
And then they're like, wait, hold on, Henry, hold on. And he just shows everybody. It was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, what a moment. What a moment.
It
Chris,
was.
what are your thoughts, man? I know you weren't at the watch party, but it's
No,
blowing
I
up
had to-
everybody's
I had to
timeline.
work.
Let me know.
I'm with Amanda a lot in the beginning of it, meaning that I felt like something was coming, something was up. He was getting really active on that Vero. Just so you know, I think his friend owns that site, by the way. So he does double duty with that shit. So he's promoting his friend and he's also doing his work. But he got it from the beginning. He's been posting his little, what do you want to call it? Little tidbits, little
yeah.
winks, wink, wink, hit. And it got, it started picking up and it started gaining traction. Then they had like Amanda was saying, the Batman vs Superman screening, and I was in and out of that one. And I'm thinking to myself, why would WB allow him to do this? So I was thinking something was coming. I wasn't sure. So when Wednesday came, I was, mixed emotions. We had a live stream about that, you guys, switched me. So, and then,
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You saw the light.
Thank you. I want to say thank you very much, man. So I'm really excited if they're gonna go the episodic route and they're gonna bring, like, if they're gonna add and it's gonna be a universe and there's gonna be shows and we got years of content ahead of us in the same style, vein, and tone as Zack Snyder. I'm excited again. Say what you want about BVS, but at least it was a tone that I could wrap my head around.
I watched it again last night, and I completely agree with you. Like, having that tone in the future.
I want more of that Batman, that's for sure. And
so actually,
everybody does.
I agree. And today AT&T's being a little bit sneaky because they actually are, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. So they have they are, but they're saying that there could be more happening, and there's a possible rumor that Ben Affleck is going to come back and do his Batman. That was the rumor today. Literally like an hour ago, I read it, and everyone's kind of like, this could be serious, because they've been mentioning Batman a whole lot, and they're kind of leaning towards like someone's going to answer the bat signal, and they could be trolling us, but I don't think that they would have done that. So yeah, Chris, I completely agree with you that I would love to have that tone back and like have control of HBO Max that way.
I liked my pissed off, angry Batman. I did. There's something about that that's relatable. The guy's pissed off. He's been through shit, and I want to see more of that character arc for a Batman. We used to, these Batmans were one dimensional. It was all about Bruce. But what about the actual Batman character? Because you guys, we're all diehard fans. We know that Bruce Wayne is his mask, that he's fucking Batman, that Bruce Wayne is his mask. Let's dive into the Batman, not the Bruce Wayne. Let's dive into the Batman, because we all know that's who he really is. And the things that makes him, because we saw this brooding, bloodthirsty Batman, and I don't want Zack to tone him down. I don't want him to become a lighthearted fucking slapstick fucking, oh, something's definitely bleeding. Oh, fuck you. What the hell was that?
Okay, one second. We got to get some comments real quick, because there's people coming in. We got Jesse Allen. What's going on, my guy? A lot of people thinking Ayer cut could be surprise release with HBO Max launch. What do you guys think? Jesse, we will get to that in a quick moment. Yes. It looks like Christian, though. What's going on, my guy? He is not feeling the Ayer cut. And then Jesse, with a little bit more news, I heard the Arkham Asylum script could be turned into a miniseries. Yeah, David Ayer posted a little something today on his Twitter talking about it wasn't Arkham Asylum. It was another story.
Assault on
Arkham. Yes,
Assault on Arkham.
Yeah.
I made a comment. On that. I'm still waiting for. Right, I'm still waiting for you. If you're listening, because you're not, but if you're listening, David Ayer, I made a comment, man.
Yeah, man.
Please reply, David Ayer.
I don't need you to reply. Just like it. It's cool.
Don't even got to reply. Just the
heart. It's so great.
Just honestly, heart that bitch.
I really do like, if they're gonna gear up with it. As we said before, HBO Max needs all the content. So obviously, like, to filter that and like funnel it to their streaming service to get the Ayer cut would be phenomenal. Because
what is Ayer cut? Let's talk about that for a second.
I'm back and forth between the Ayer cut.
Is this just more Joker?
It's the thing where, like, how can I put this? That Suicide Squad that we saw, it was not complete whatsoever. Most of it ended up on the cutting room floor, and they changed a whole bunch of things in that film. It's a completely different director's cut. then obviously Zack Snyder's, it's a completely different case. But it bleeds into the same universe because obviously it's a part of the DCU Suicide Squad. And that Joker's supposed to be canon with our Batman. So
Christ on a cracker. You're right. I forgot about that.
So it is canon. So to get the Justice League cut and not get the Ayer cut doesn't really make sense.
So was David Ayer making
Here's
was
my
he originally
question. Hold on, Chris. Sorry. Here's my bad. Question with the Ayer cut is how much different is it than the Suicide Squad extended that we got on the Blu-ray?
It's massive. Because
like massively completely different?
Yeah, because the Ayer cut, he only had 6 to 12 weeks to write an entire script for them.
Right.
That is ridiculous.
Like a 2-hour film with that many characters.
With that big of a budget, with that star power, you got 3 months?
6 to 12 weeks. They forced him to cram it. That's number one. And then he did not he didn't have creative freedom, and they overtook that as well. Plus the editing, they chopped a whole bunch of shit. That's why none of it kind of made sense. I didn't really like Suicide Squad, to be perfectly honest. I only liked Deadshot and Harley Quinn and Captain Boomerang. And I didn't like Jared Leto's Joker. That was just me. Everyone else seems to love him. I think if I saw more of him, then maybe I would feel a different way. But the fact that it was like the Suicide Squad, Joker's not supposed to be in it, to be perfectly honest, because obviously he steals the show. But majority of people said that he shouldn't have been in it, but it was a nice treat that he was in it. But yeah, the Ayer cut is completely different than what we saw, and he deserves it just as much as Zack, because they both really struggled with Warner Brothers in the early days, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I know that Ayer Suicide Squad had actually been finished up by a trailer house.
Yeah.
Trailer park.
Like it was just really shitty all around. So
yeah, I mean, and you could tell with like the chyrons that come up every time a character is introduced, and just the way the colors like interact with the characters and the cuts. It's like, okay, this is definitely like a fancy promo piece.
I don't mind that if it's all through, if that's the tone of the film you're setting, but if it's just 1 or 2 scenes, it doesn't fit everything else, it stands out like a sore thumb.
You're right.
But let's remember, the Suicide Squad trailer, guys, is the most viewed trailer of all time.
It was so much fun, though. Both of them.
It was badass.
It was amazing.
Like what was it? The Bohemian Rhapsody and the what was it? Ballroom Blitz, I think. Yeah, both of those songs, like they were freaking fire. And then the soundtrack, amazing. And then you watch the movie and you're like, what the fuck happened, bro? Like what?
Well, because the trailer made it seem like Joker was hunting the Suicide Squad while they're on their mission, and that's not at all what the fuck we got. Second, do you think that the BVS big shit tone shift that Warner Brothers, was kind of upset about, and they didn't like the backlash and the darkness and all that shit? Do you think that shot David Ayers in the foot with his film, and they went and just chopped it the best they could?
See, the thing with Suicide Squad,
to lighten it up, even though it was still kind of fucking dark, but
because they couldn't do the R-rated thing. They didn't want to do that because, again, they had to compete with Marvel. You have to remember, in 2016,
they were trying to compete with Guardians, right?
Not only that, there was Deadpool and there was Civil War that came out the exact same year. So BVS came out and had to compete with Civil War. And then X-Men Apocalypse came out the exact same year, I think.
See, there you just said it right there. They've been competing and not just doing.
And that's
they're reacting instead of just doing their own thing and getting good at their own thing.
Yes, that's where they faltered with fixing, I'm using air quotes, with Suicide Squad and Justice League. They were fixing what wasn't broken. And that's what pissed me off the most about this journey, and the fact that we can get the director's cuts and additional footage or reshoots or an episodic type event thing for these films. They deserve it because of the hell that they went through for their film. And like, that's what pisses me off. It's a completely different situation to like, I don't know, like Josh Trank's Fantastic Four, because I don't even think he gives a shit about going back, because I remember he was very open with what had happened. So he's like, I'm never going to take on a film like that again because there's no creative freedom. You know what I mean? So for AT&T to like step in and be like, you know what? No, we're going to have this content because A, we need the content. B, we need the streams. and they're going to filter everyone in by doing this. So I think
hopefully, maybe they're thinking the fans want this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and see, that's where I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. Before I go though, I just wanted to address Jesse Allen, who did say that early test screenings have 40 minutes plus of extra footage alone.
That's crazy.
They cut out all the brutal scenes to make it family friendly. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more stuff in there to make people not want to be Joker and Harley as a fucking couple. So that was my biggest problem with the movie, was that they fluttered the Joker Harley relationship and made it seem like they were just two bugs in a rug, and definitely not the nature of that relationship. Also, we got Kristen Maldonado. What's going on, girl? One of my favorite channels. Go check her out at K Maldo on YouTube. And then so we're all caught up. But in my opinion, I'm getting a little bit concerned. And I'll start with where I saw the concern first, and that's Sonic the Hedgehog. We got a complete reanimation of the character, and don't get me wrong, I was happy with that, but an entire animation studio got put out of business doing that. So there's an effect on people in the industry that worked on these movies too. It kind of boots people out of jobs. It's kind of like I like it, but there has to be some, like, there's got to be a fine line there. There's got to be something established to say, okay, you know what? We showed Suicide Squad. We gave him the extra. Sorry, Mr. Ayer. We just, no way.
I think, though, it's different cases, because with Sonic the Hedgehog, they also rushed to compete with Detective Pikachu. And that early footage that they gave us, it was kind of a test run. So I do think it was kind of a marketing ploy.
No, they had a full cut of that movie cut.
Of just that animation?
Yeah, they had that Sonic animated through the entire movie.
Okay. Maybe they rushed it. I don't know.
And then they did an entire reanimation, because it was supposed to come out November. It was supposed to come out in November, and they had to entirely reanimate Sonic.
I think they did rush it.
Frame by frame.
I feel like they did rush it then, because that's what it felt like, because even watching the trailer was kind of messy, to be perfectly honest. So I think they were trying to like push it.
The original design, I feel like, was rushed, but honestly, what's weird is like they got a better project. They got a better product in less time somehow. So I don't know
how the fuck did they do that, Leo. You know what I'm saying?
It's magic. I personally think that, like,
why would it must have been a marketing ploy, because how they fixed it with it. If you're saying they had to render it, and Zack needs $20 million to fucking finish.
No, it was marketing.
No, they got another budget for that reanimation.
No, but it wasn't out for it didn't halt through the film for very long. It hit its release date.
Yeah, to push it back from November to February. They had to be in there like every single night reanimating, man. Like, they had the movie cut.
So why not go with a better animation style to begin with? Like, I don't understand.
Because they thought that Sonic was everything. Like, their idea was to bring Sonic to life. Their idea was to make this realistic Sonic look, and that's what they thought looked like a realistic version of Sonic, when all the fans wanted was what we actually got. Like, they wanted to make a more realistic, like, Sonic design that kind of looked believable. Like, oh, you would stumble upon this Sonic in real life. Like, they wanted a more quote unquote realistic look, and it ended up looking like shit, like a terrible cosplayer. We got a comment from Jesse Allen, though. Want to hear your guys' thoughts on when to expect the Ayer cut. I don't know. I'll actually defer to Amanda on that one. I'm not sure.
Sure. Want to hear what you guys want to when to expect the Ayer cut? Or,
when to expect it.
I do think that it would be easier to finish Zack's cut, and I think they're gonna really push Zack Snyder's cut, because right now with Ayer, he's editing. He's kind of doing the same pattern as Snyder did with the black and white photos from editing. He's doing the same thing, whereas Zack. Oh my God, Zack was just releasing stills in color, because he's actually working on it. So if you look at his Vero feed from before, it's all black and white. And now he went to color. So I think that Ayer is following the same trajectory. So I think that it will be definitely after Zack Snyder's Justice League. If it's before, it'd be amazing. But I do think that they're going to really push for Snyder's Justice League first before releasing the Ayer cut, just because I think if there's 40 minutes like plus of footage that Jesse had stated, it's a lot more work to be done for Suicide Squad versus Justice League. So as to when, I would say afterwards. What I'm expecting, because I've been hearing it from other people on the TL, is that there's more Deadshot and Harley scenes, and their chemistry was ridiculous. And like justice for Will Smith, because his Deadshot was phenomenal. And I don't want anyone to
tell you otherwise, because I'm going to disagree. I didn't like it.
Oh man, I loved his Deadshot.
I thought he was excellent.
We got a couple more comments real quick. Sorry, Amanda. I'm cutting you off.
No, go ahead. Of course. No worries. Yeah.
We got AJ in with the Sonic trailer was trash. Agreed. I was actually laughing about that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
While I'm mute. And then we got Christian. Please no Ayer cut when pigs fly.
Dude.
Christian,
here's kind of how I feel.
You like the theatrical version? Is that why? Or you just think that you don't want to see it because you think it's going to start this cascade of shit? And I really do think
that's what I feel.
We're in big trouble. I think. Look, it's like separation between church and state. Once you cross that line, it's like it's really hard to pull that back. And now the studios have crossed that line.
So they're gonna bring everything.
So now
out.
Every single time there's a hint of, well, this wasn't what the director really wanted. The fucking fans are gonna lose it. And guess what? Now the studios are gonna change, going, oh man, now we have to be like this. Now we got to do this. They're not gonna want to take a chance on any originality ever again.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, you want to know why? Because they're giving their director creative freedom. There's a difference. They're not. The thing is, it has nothing to do with the fans at this point. It's how much the production studio believes in who they hired and the team that they hired. That's the difference here.
I didn't get that from this. I didn't get a Warner Brothers fucked up and now they're going to start giving the reins to their creators. I did not get that from this. They haven't said jack shit, neither did AT&T. Just because you okay. I don't think that they did this because they
actually, if I recall.
Did they really?
Yeah, I think so. I'm
they can't touch. And now even with Snyder, like,
what's the direct quote? Does anybody know?
We can find it.
Okay, I'm curious.
Yeah, no, for sure. I just think that you're not gonna like, especially with Snyder, and it has nothing to do with his huge fan base. It's everything that happened to him specifically during that period of time that like. You're not going to screw with his vision anymore because he has such a distinct tone in each of his films. And a lot of people love that because it's different, because it's unique. So you're going to trust your director at this point. And I think that's why everything is shifting. It has nothing to do with the fans. Yeah, we're happy, but no one's asking for freaking Rise of Skywalker, J.J. Abrams cut. No one's asking for it.
We got the J.J. Abrams cut. That's what it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no one's asking for a redo on that one because there's nothing to
erase
redo.
It.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the difference. Where fans are like outraged over something, it's not going to make the studio be like, okay, we're going to release it. Like, that's completely different than what this situation is. We're giving chances to the future of filmmakers to be like, I have a vision, I have the script. The production company is not going to step in and like completely destroy. They can tweak it, obviously. That's business purposes, but they're not going to completely like rip it apart, change it, and make it kid friendly because we all know we wanted a R-rated Suicide Squad and we didn't get it because they had to compete with Marvel, and that's what the bullshit is.
I remember when they dropped the rating.
Let's get caught up on some comments real quick.
Okay, sorry, Leo.
We got Christian here. I don't know how much the Snyder cut can actually make the Justice League better. I'm walking in with zero expectations. We got Jesse. I think opposite because Ayer cut comes before Snyder cut timeline wise. Plus, it is far more complete. But I don't think they have any plans right now to release the Ayer cut. I think they're focused on the Snyder cut, and then if that does well, we'll get the Ayer cut. BVS Ultimate Cut still wasn't that good. I think that it added some good elements to the movie, and it made it a little bit more enjoyable for me. But it didn't bring it up in my rating at all. We're in big trouble. I think Christian agrees with you, Chris. The Snyder cut is basically a new film from Joss Film. You know, I'm hoping so.
It is 100%
entirely new. I believe you guys. I do. I got to see it. If it wasn't for the fans, would they even bother releasing the Snyder Cut? Nope.
Obviously not. It was the movement that did it.
You can tell, though, with WB latest film that there is definitely a change. There is no JJ cut. This feels like a step back. HBO Max can start their own DC universe that is separate to theatrical releases if they want. There are so many possibilities. Well,
Yes, please.
I think they either do that or they'll rope it into the DCEU, especially with the Green Lantern stuff. Just release the Snyder Cut on Blu-ray and move on.
See, that's with this Christian comment. Listen, no, legit. You know what? I hope they do release it on Blu-ray, but this is a business move. Like Chris has said, they like HBO Max wants people to subscribe. So it is for the money. I understand that
it's advantageous for everybody.
Oh, 100%.
It is for money.
Like for everyone, like everyone wants this.
It's a smart business move.
It's so smart. And like no one even cares that they're going to spend the $12. Why? Because they want to see it. So it's so smart. And if they release it on Blu-ray, like amazing. I'll buy it 100%.
But I'll tell you what, Amanda, while you're on this, it's not worth it to subscribe for just a movie. They better be world building. They better be creating series.
Exactly.
They better be. They better be doing something with a fucking plan. I tell you what.
100%.
I don't know. I mean, the HBO Max offering itself is enough on the floor.
There's so much on their library. It's ridiculous.
But if you're gonna get people in with the Snyder Cut, I don't think it's enough just to have it on the platform.
I think the platform itself though is enough
because you just pirate that shit, right?
People are already like subscribed to HBO Now, man. Like,
yeah,
there are already plenty of subscribers to HBO Now that are gonna convert right to HBO Max. One of them right over here as soon as it comes out. So I think there are gonna be a lot of numbers for HBO because I think you're gonna see a lot of people who have Now or the people under AT&T who have a cable subscription. They have the option to opt into HBO Max. Like you're gonna see a lot of people just from the name HBO alone. Imagine what the Snyder Cut will also bring to HBO.
Yeah, it's massive.
AJ said 4K, please. Hey, man, I don't blame you there. Put out a 4K, y'all. I like the DCAU better, actually. And don't get me wrong, I love DC Extended.
I feel you.
I do too.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, I agree.
Which, by the way, they just reset it.
Yeah, I just love everything. So
the new 52 continuity animations coming into, I think, Rebirth now.
Rebirth, yep.
Awesome. I love it.
Yes, these two cuts better get 4K releases. They ripped us off on Suicide Squad 4K, only giving us extended in Blu-ray. Oh, did they not give it to you guys in 4K? Because I've got it on Blu-ray.
I don't own Suicide Squad and I don't own Justice League because I just didn't care. I didn't like both of them. I'm sorry. I'm not going to buy it if I'm not going to watch it again.
I own Suicide Squad. I don't own Justice League.
Like, I just don't want to add something to my collection that I know I dislike and I'm not going to watch again. That's why I don't own the hard copies of Homecoming and Ragnarok. But that's a different conversation. But yeah, no, but like
Ragnarok.
But everyone that paid money for the DVD of Justice League, like, oh my god, it must feel terrible right now, dude. I apologize.
Talk about the worst purchase of your life.
Yeah, I did not buy it. I didn't care.
I got Suicide Squad for free.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Suicide Squad for free? That's better.
Yeah, so I lucked out there.
But you know, guys, when it first came out, I knew okay, because the filmmaker in me, I knew, oh shit, this is bad. But I didn't think it was unwatchable. There was because of the performances. I still went back and rewatched it a couple times. There was a moment where I thought it was kind of cool.
Movie?
Suicide
Squad.
I watched it once.
I'm sorry. There's a moment now I can't watch it, but I liked it for certain tones of it. I'm a sucker for Joker. Even I hate this Joker, but I wanted more Joker. I liked Harley.
Oh my god, I hated this Joker, man.
I could not
hated him.
You know what it was with this Joker, and I've said it like to multiple people. It's the fact that his Joker was so cringy, but not in a good cringy like Ledger's Joker.
He's the kind of Joker that would like do something inappropriate to children.
Exactly.
Yes,
he's like, weird tone and the grill, and I'm like, really,
so disgusted. Like and it wasn't like a good, like he's doing a great job, cringeworthy, if that makes any sense. Like where you love that he's doing something this terrible, like Heath Ledger, But like, I was just floored. I'm like, what the hell is this version? I wanted to walk out, to be honest. I was so like,
So
put
bad.
off by it.
I
It
told
really,
Amanda this. I don't think I
yeah.
told you, Chris, but I went on a first date to Suicide Squad,
Oh
and we
man.
got to the end of the movie, and she turned to me and was like, "That was an amazing movie. What did you think about that Joker?" And I
And you're
literally just like copied his chuckle right there.
He's
And
like,
I was like,
oh,
"That was a horrible Joker. I'm sorry. That was absolutely
yeah.
negatively horrible. Like that was
But
the worst Joker out of all of them, in my
so now
opinion."
in the Ayer cut, we don't know what more he could have done that we didn't see. Do you get what I'm saying?
If
So like,
Ayer's cut has the Joker pursuing the Suicide Squad, like it seemed like we were promised, I
mhm.
might like it a little bit more because I thought it was kind of gonna be like the Suicide Squad is doing shit, and then Joker and Harley are kind of behind the scenes trying to orchestrate stuff, and Joker's like chasing after him. If he has a much bigger involvement, maybe, but I don't
Mhm.
know. I just do not like him. Christian said he owns it. Bought it on Black Friday for $10. Good idea.
At least it's $10.
Definitely don't buy it for the full price. 4K only had theatrical cut. That's a ripoff. To be honest, I hope they focus on the new DCEU after the Snyder cut or Ayer cut. I agree, AJ. It's time to step forward. Time to move forward.
Mhm.
I love Leto's Joker. Christian saying sweet Jesus. What do you mean, Christian? I did not like Ayer's Joker. I'm sorry, or I'm sorry, Leto's Joker. I did not like his Joker at all. I just he was slimy. He had this weird like pimp disposition, and I just wasn't feeling it with the jacket and the
Yeah.
grill, and I could tell he was going for this like modern day kind of gangster like Joker, and it just didn't work for me, man. I just wasn't feeling
I
it.
also think that they try like Margot Robbie and Jared Leto tried to out crazy each other with the relationship when they were together in certain scenes, and I think that was the issue where like Margot was like consistent, and then Jared Leto was trying to like upstage her as the Joker. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's what it felt like to me anyway. I was watching, I'm like, but why is he acting so stupid? Like, why is he acting crazier? Like, just match the crazy. Yeah, no, just like match the crazy, fam. Like I couldn't stomach it.
When he like laid in the knives, I'm like, ugh, stop. Just
I
stop.
actually really love that shot. That
I
was
like
probably
the
one of my
shot, but I don't
favorite
like
shots.
him. I felt like it was just doing too much.
I don't get it. And you know how many times I've looked at that shot? It's like, what is it supposed to be?
Yeah, what are we meaning?
What is that? What's the
this?
symbolism behind this? He's that pissed off. I mean, that takes a lot. Like, there's no way Joker did that.
For me, it kind of symbolized how fucked up in the brain he was because we didn't really get anything else in the movie. I was like, well, that must be the shot that shows us how fucking big of a psycho he is to have all these knives lined up perfectly around him and by size and by it was just kind of like, okay, he must be that fucked in the head that he's got to have it like that. I mean, that's what I took from it, Chris. I didn't know because we didn't get that much of them.
Does it even really matter?
He wanted to be in the sequel to Knives Out, guys. Come on.
But
Leto Joker in Ayer cut is far more sinister and insane. He manipulates Monster T into blowing his own brains out.
Yes.
And kidnaps the whole baseball team, digs their graves.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta give that to you, man. That's pretty sinister. But
Yeah.
I just didn't. Maybe it was the look, and like you were saying, Manda, he was trying to be too much harder, like too much weirder than Harley. I don't know. It was just the whole vibe of him was just.
Yeah. He was just trying to be the opposite of Ledger's Joker, and I think that's what he was trying so hard not to be that version.
I gotta be my own Joker.
Yes, and he's like, I have to put my own stuff in it and like be my own thing and like do it that way, and it got into his head, and then that's the performance he gave. So
Christian was saying earlier when he said "sweet Jesus," he was referring to my date. Yeah, it was interesting.
I'm just not a big fan of Jared Leto. Like,
same. I also don't think he deserved that Oscar.
That talented. I don't think he's that talented.
Oh, for Dallas Buyers.
Oh my god, freaking Dallas Buyers, please.
It's a great film, but I don't think he.
No, that movie can go straight to fucking hell.
See, my issue.
You know why I feel that way.
My issue. Oh, go ahead.
Oh
yeah, we had that discussion. That's right. Yeah, we had that discussion.
I almost got sued by a production company that worked on like one fucking frame of the movie for ripping it off of BitTorrent. So Fuck that movie. I refuse to watch it.
Oh
I refuse to
man,
support it.
Yeah.
Screw
that was
them.
that
Screw-
film.
That was that movie.
Yep,
Yeah.
it was that movie. Screw each and every one of the individuals that had a hand in that fucking film. But
Oh.
anyway, I didn't watch the movie because of that. Like I was gonna watch it, had it lined up, and then I got the fucking notice letter, and I was like, okay, I'll never watch this fucking movie. And then when Jared Leto won the award, I was like, did he really do that good? Because I'll never fucking know.
The thing
No,
with Dallas
he
Buyers
didn't.
Club really pissed me off was the fact that like you have access to trans actors and you're not putting them in roles where they could play trans people. You're giving them to like straight white guys to play them.
No,
That kinda
I
pisses
think
me
the
off,
best
though,
actor
like-
should take the role. I don't give a fuck if it's a purple person or
No,
black.
but if you can, like, it's just the fact that like if
No.
you can do that, then
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I agree with Manda. If you can do it, you definitely
Like,
should.
even
That-
the
that's
Danish
a
No,
slippery
if it's a
slope,
trans
guys.
person, I
That's
want
a
it to be a
slippery slope.
trans actor.
It's just
I
like
don't care.
representation in general.
But that's
like,
acting, guys.
I
If a
understand
trans
that, but
person
it's
is
not
in
the
there, they're
same-
not acting. They're just
But-
being
but
themselves.
Let me ask you
But
this,
that's
Chris. Let me ask you this.
That's the point.
I have two talented actors. One of them is trans, one of them is not, and I have a trans character. Why would I choose the one that's not trans?
And they're
I'm
both
not.
really
I'm
strong.
not saying
and
don't.
should-
If they're really good, then you pick the person who's the most talented. If it
Nah,
films aren't that easy, guys. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like, what if the film wouldn't have got made unless Jared Leto was in the film? You guys
That's
don't
also-
know.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
another
know
thing.
who's behind it. You
Yeah.
don't. You can't just get on there and say that filmmakers are this or that. You don't know.
no, and I will give it
They
to you
use
that a
people
lot
to
of the
sell
time they do
projects,
that.
and-
They
and
do
Jared
that
Leto
to
probably
draw
really
people
wanted
in.
to.
Yeah,
He
it's a lot of
probably
star power.
So
Yeah.
I mean, there's that involved in it, but I think that yes, if you have a trans woman who's fantastic, or trans, I don't know what they call themselves. I'm sorry, but yeah, you pick the talent. I mean, me personally, I don't even write for color either. I don't see my characters black, white, nothing. Some of them I don't care if they're male. I just see a
Oof, we are
character,
completely different on that, buddy.
and the person that should play the role is the most talented person.
I disagree. I think the
Okay.
person who should play the role is the person who is talented and can relate to the role the most. I'm not going to cast a different, like I'm not going to cast a white character in an Asian role. Yes, that's a hit. That's a hit directly to Doctor Strange. Directly.
Leo, Leo,
also cuts
what about
off-
vampires?
What's that?
Cast somebody to be a vampire.
You can cast anybody for a vampire.
You can cast
sorry.
anybody to be a vampire.
Oh, so there's rules for casting, right?
What do you mean?
What do you mean by
So
that?
if let me ask you this. Does it work for both? Like if you're saying that the person has to be good and relatable to the character, that's your two big of bugaboos.
I'm
for
not
If
gonna
you're
casting.
going to
A white
do
Static
something,
Shock is what I'm saying.
if you're
What?
going to do something that has a subject matter, then the person best suited to deliver that subject matter should be cast in that role.
Exactly. But
What about
what
Tootsie
I'm saying here,
or
Chris,
Mrs.
is I'm
Doubtfire?
not gonna cast a white Black Panther. I'm not gonna cast a white Static Shock.
Well, sorry.
Well, I wouldn't want
mentioned-
you to because those characters are,
You
those
mentioned
characters
Mrs.
are
They're
Doubtfire.
in their
Now you-
origin, and they should remain that way. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about
messed-
taking their
sorry.
origins.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to piss anybody off. That's not where I was going with that.
No, it was a completely different topic.
think
what
the-
Chris was saying.
The talent
Yeah.
like of a straight person playing this complex character, there's talent in that, Leo. I'm sorry. There is.
I'm just
That's
I don't
a level
know.
of
I
commitment
feel
to
if
pull
you
that
had a
off and do it
trans-
right.
If you have a trans person available, in my opinion, go with the trans person.
What if they're not up to par acting wise?
I'm not saying. Well, I mean, that's hard because
You're a
if they're not up
producer
to
now.
par
You have to think
acting,
like
but
that.
You're
I'm
right.
just saying, man. There's no excuse, in my opinion. Sorry.
Fair
Uh,
enough. I see your point. I really do. I do. It's a tough subject. No one's right. No one's wrong. I think Leo's right. I think I'm right. I don't know how to explain that, but I'm sorry.
Sorry. Let's get caught up on the
that's
comments.
fair. That's fair.
Also cuts off Griggs here in the interrogation scene. I think he was talking about Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah.
I think the actions he did were very sinister, Jesse, and I'm not taking away from the fact that he was very sinister. I just him. It was just maybe if it was even a different actor doing the same actions, I'd be like, holy smokes, this is an amazing Joker. But Oh man, it was just him, man. We got AJ. I thought Suicide Squad was going to be another version of Assault on Arkham, which David Ayer actually tweeted about today. So we might get an Assault on Arkham DCAU entry or some kind of media based on that. Leto Joker was inspired by New 52 comics, though. And guess what, Jesse? Guess what line of DC comics I cannot stand? The New 52.
New 52 is horrible.
He looks so bad in Morbius. I
I'm
agree,
so
Christian. Like when I first
excited.
saw it, I was like, oh my God. And then like I went back and actually watched the trailer. I was like,
Come on.
ooh.
He looks so great as Morbius. He suits him. What are you guys talking about? I'm so excited for that movie. He suits Morbius more than he suits the Joker.
That's fair. I'll give
That's
you
fair.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's
I
good that
feel
he's
like
going that route
The
instead.
Sony Spider-Verse. What is it? The Sony spam movie.
The SPU.
Rated, whatever.
The SPU.
The SPU. The
Yeah, the SPAEU or whatever. They need help.
SPU or something.
Desperately.
Yeah.
The best actor should be chosen though. Jesse, I think, or Chris, I think Jesse was agreeing with you. I agree with you, Chris. You have to pick the best actor, and then they just said, "Oh, never mind. Race is important, especially if you're doing historically correct." Yeah, I think
I didn't disagree with that, Leo.
He wasn't talking about
Just
that,
for the
yeah.
record, I wasn't disagreeing with that.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay was fantastic. We need more of that. I agree, man. I think, you know what, guys? I'm gonna be the Lone Ranger on this one, but I think we should hashtag save Daredevil.
You're not the Lone Ranger, man. I love that show.
I
Listen,
love
listen.
Daredevil.
Can
Yeah,
I
but
just-
Daredevil changed my life, man.
Listen, the first 2.5 seasons, I'll go
Oh,
half of
yeah.
season 3 was great. No, listen to me carefully.
She's on to something.
Listen, 2.5 was great. The second the Punisher was extracted and was given its own freaking series, that's when the issue started. Because the Punisher is like one of my favorite characters. I absolutely love him. And I didn't like him having his own show, which is really weird. So I preferred him in the Daredevil universe. However, now that it is taken off of it's taken off of Netflix, there's no traction. If Disney
not
Plus,
Hulu,
wait a minute,
Disney.
no, but that's not fair for people who can't. I have no access to Hulu in Canada, so that's not fair to everyone.
Are you
else.
serious? Hold on. Are
Wait,
you serious?
Hulu is only
don't-
US?
It's only US.
Oh
I'm
shit! That
pretty
changes.
sure.
Shit.
That
So
changes
that's why
shit.
that does. It's not international Hulu unless you're like ripping it off of something. So that's why when they say, "Oh, we're just gonna put this show on Hulu," like the Lizzie McGuire show, after I paid for Disney Plus, no, dude, you're putting that content on the Disney streaming service that I paid for.
Okay,
What
that
is
makes more.
that?
No, that makes more sense. Why you were pissed off about that?
Yeah,
It's so annoying, man. Like, and the fact that like they
I didn't
wiped
know.
out all of like you took out Daredevil, you took out the Defenders, you took out Iron Fist, which really isn't really that sad because it's
Iron Fist
terrible.
sucked.
And then you had Jessica
Iron
Jones
Fist
was
was so
only-
bad. Oh my god.
Jessica Jones only had like a season and a half because Kilgrave was absolutely incredible. You weren't going to top that.
Incredible.
So like, and then even with oh my god, what's his
Luke
name?
Cage. Oh my
Yes,
God. The
Luke
first
Cage.
half with
What's his-
Cottonmouth.
Yes,
Oh yeah, I
Cottonmouth.
love that. That was some great
that was
shit, bro.
excellent. Anything past first season, no, I
Bad.
couldn't sit through it. It was bad. So you had all of that set up. What was the point if you thought like longevity? If you thought you were going to do a streaming service, you set up all of these characters. You set up the Defenders, okay, on Netflix, which is content that you can have R-rated or even unrated. It doesn't really matter what you put out there because it's Netflix. Okay. And now we're never going to get that. So no, like Leo, I'm so happy that you're using the hashtag to save Daredevil. I really appreciate that. But at the same time, like, it's just not going to happen.
I don't know. It could happen.
That's what I said about the Snyder cut.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but you can't. Can you see Daredevil on Disney Plus?
Yeah. If Disney
Not
Plus
as it
decides
is
to
now.
give it-
Leo,
Not
Leo.
right now, but I'm saying if Disney Plus.
So you're saying you want to
decides
dumb
pivot-
down? You want to dumb down kid-friendly version of Daredevil?
You can't.
Exactly.
can't
Okay.
do it.
Wait. We got a really good comment from AJ here who says this is why Disney Plus should follow HBO Max's lead, where they can lock adult content from kids.
100%.
Completely agree, AJ. And I
They're
think
not
that would be the perfect way to
They're not
do it is bring back Daredevil, give us some R-rated content and say, well, fuck it. There's an age lock.
They're not going to do it. because
not.
they're not going to do
Why
it.
won't they? They have they have so much content.
Chris,
How hard is
they're
it for them to fucking
burying-
program that into the goddamn
not
thing?
hard.
First of all, their interface is freaking terrible. It's garbage. Okay. Number two, they are burying any of 20th Century Fox's like R-rated films, or they're changing it. They're altering it in post. They're putting it in and they're blurring shit out. They just blurred out cleavage on Wizards of Waverly Place. Are you effing kidding me, man? But I can see Hulk's bare ass in Ragnarok.
Wizards of Waverly Place is a Disney production.
Thank you.
It came out.
I'm dying right now.
Like, that is what's pissing me off about this. You're blurring that, but I can see Hulk's bare ass in Ragnarok. Like, please tell me what the difference is. I don't get it. I literally don't get it.
Whose fucking cleavage in that show is sticking out?
The mother.
Oh, who cares? She's not attractive.
But she's very pretty. What's wrong with you? I'm just saying.
Yeah, man, don't fuck with the mom, dog.
She was amazing.
Honestly, I can't remember what they look like. I don't watch that show,
but
bro.
It's the fact that like you're changing the content that has
their content.
Like, it's their content. What are you changing?
Why would you change the cleavage that we saw when we were fucking younger?
Like, so stupid. So everyone
I agree with you. I just think it's funny. I don't know why.
I don't get it. It's hilarious, but it's also aggravating because people are like, we're gonna get an amazing R-rated Blade. Haha, what?
No, we're
You're gonna get Deadpool 3, bitch. If I'm pretty sure he's gonna go cross over to be a Green Lantern again, because then he'll have some R-rated content. Watch. Because they're already saying that Ryan Reynolds is going to flip over and his Green Lantern's going to come back.
I kind of think they were going for like the hot mom thing with Wizards of Waverly Place. And then they double back and were like, hold on. We got to keep to our fucking promise. AJ has a comment. This is why Disney Plus should follow HBO. Oh, I think I read that one. HBO Max, I feel, will be the go-to streaming service 100%. In a bit. I think that could be possible because there are big numbers on now. I know a lot of people that have HBO cable subscriptions that will most likely just cut that and go straight to HBO Max. And when the Snyder cut comes, oh boy, there are going to be a record number of signups that day. I'm thinking they could beat out Mandalorian, Disney Plus.
No, dude, they're already signed up. All the the pre-subscriptions. They're like,
I'm saying the day that movie drops, they're gonna see a record number.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're fine. I think
you might not even be. It might crash.
Yeah, I think that's very likely.
I'm not gonna be shocked if it crashes.
I'll actually cry. Please no.
Release the cleavage. Jesse Allen. What's going on, Mel? Welcome back.
Hey, Mel. Hi, babe.
Mama Russo's boobs. I mean, let me tell you, I liked Alex, aka Selena Gomez, back when I was younger, but I was like, damn, that mom.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Mama was so pretty.
Mama was pretty, man.
So cute.
I shall Google this.
But I think guys that Daredevil has so much potential to come back. I agree with you, Amanda. I did like The Punisher season 1, but I felt like season 2 was just such a stretch, and I felt like in all of these Marvel shows, and maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, they're like 4 episodes too long.
They are.
Every one of them could be 6 to 8 episodes.
Exactly. But I think
what's that?
No, I just like I understand that like you want to see it, and like there's so much potential with all of those actors, and I completely agree with you like 100%. It's just the fact that like at this point with Disney looking over Marvel, we're never going to get that content.
I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
It could be
they're shoveling it
DC released the Snyder cut. What are we waiting for?
No, they won't do it. They're
I
thinking
don't know.
We have a formula. We're going to do this because it's working, and we're making $1 billion off of like fruity kid stuff because it worked. It worked. What are you talking about?
It did work, but I don't know if they'll say
garbage. You put garbage like freaking like Ragnarok. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Jeez, watch your mouth.
Wait. Listen to what I'm saying. You put that kind of garbage humor in Homecoming, Ragnarok, Captain
Oh.
Marvel, and you're telling me that no one, and they're making $1 billion, almost $1 billion. You're telling me that they're gonna give a shit if it's R-rated or not? Come on.
Well,
They're
hold
not
on
sure.
now. What
They're
I'm
going
telling you
steady,
is,
dude. No.
what I'm saying is, they'll see the potential, the draw that the Snyder Cut has, and they'll say, "All right, we got a surprise for you
They don't
guys on
care
Disney
what
Plus as well."
No, they don't care what Warner Brothers is doing because Warner Brothers is competing with Disney, and that's been the issue since day one.
Yeah,
Disney is not
you're right.
competing
You're
with
right.
anyone. Disney is competing with its former self.
How
That
is Disney not a monopoly?
It is
They
a
should
monopoly.
be.
They are a
They have
monopoly.
Hulu. They have
I'm
a,
saying
what, a
they're
60%
not competing
stake in
anymore.
Hulu. They've got Disney Plus. They should definitely be a monopoly.
They
I just
are.
think nobody's got the balls enough to call them out.
They're not going to because
If you're
they're
Warner
busy
Bros. Or
competing with
anybody
them.
else or Sony, you're too small.
I'm so happy for Sony like sticking to their guns and being like, no, you're not going to take our Spider-Man away. We're going to do it our way. And like, I was so happy that they fought for him. Oh my God. It was like the best day of my life. I swear they deserve it.
AJ says the Marvel shows are better than the CW where they have like 17 filler episodes.
Oh my God.
For sure. Rating should not matter as long as the story is incredible. Agreed. That's why they should just bring Daredevil to Disney Plus, but they're assholes. Someone call a chiropractor for Korg since he carried Ragnarok on his back. Oh shit.
Ooh, Mel.
That's my girl.
What's going on, everybody?
Wait. Hold on. I have one question.
That's right.
You liked Korg?
Yeah, I love Korg.
I'm pretty sure you said you could not stand his ass.
No, she
No, I
said that
didn't.
was one of the parts that she liked.
No. It was the
No, I said
Get
Korg.
Help.
The Get Help was I liked, but Korg was also the best part of the film.
Hey, man.
Korg was like, fuck off, ghost.
I loved him. He was the best part of the film. What am I saying that's wrong?
Nothing? You're not saying anything
Everything
wrong?
else was mediocre. I did a live tweet with you guys
was
while
wrong.
watching it. You know my feelings.
I'ma just real quick. Can we just stop shitting on Homecoming?
Okay, whatever. That's
No,
fine.
can we stop shitting on Ragnarok? I mean,
Anyways,
truce. Can we
I'll
call
go
it
back.
truce? Damn
Okay,
it.
we're gonna call it truce. I just like chirping you guys, but I do want to go back to what AJ said that ratings should not matter as long as the story is incredible.
Yeah, but that's not the way. That's not the world we live in, fellas. I'm sorry. Ratings matter, unfortunately.
That's
is
what I
I'm
was
saying.
about to say. Yeah, ratings.
Sorry.
No, that's what I was about to say. Like completely. I do think that ratings matter because you have more leeway with what you want to put into the story. Like, yeah, the story could be great, but if you want to, it's more about showing than the actual story. Like, if you want to show more blood or like more violence, more gore, if you want to have more swearing to make an impact or whatever you want to say, I do think that ratings matter in this case because why would everyone complain about Venom not being rated R and then it having a 14A rating versus like Batman vs Superman with 14A rating then versus an R-rated Batman vs Superman. Like that is something that changes things because there are scenes in Batman vs Superman which were edited out because they were too graphic, and yet when I watched the Ultimate Edition, it just made everything better. So,
yeah, I need Daredevil to return with Kingpin slamming people's heads in the door.
Dude,
like I need shit like that again.
That bloody hallway fight scene.
Oh my
bro! You're telling me that you'd be able to get that with a 14A PG-13
No, you wouldn't. You would
rating?
not.
No. So that those scenes that we want, those action scenes, those combat scenes, that can't be achieved unless the rating is higher than a PG-13 rating, which Disney is not willing to do.
I just really quick want to touch on those hallway fights, and I want to touch on a couple of qualities on why they're so good. First and foremost, each and every hallway scene they do has an amazing cinematography. I know that one in season 1 has that green backdrop. Oh my God, it's amazing. They don't cut, rarely cut. There are a couple cuts. The long takes, the fact that Daredevil gets tired. That's something we don't see.
Damn, that
choreography.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Some of the
it's
best
raw.
fight choreography I've ever seen. Not just in the television, but I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
And when it first happened, like that first fight, season 1, I didn't expect it. I was like, oh, this is what they're doing. Oh, this is what they're fucking gonna give us. I'm down. I'm down. Daredevil just became my favorite superhero. Well, no, that's a lie. But
Don't you dare.
I'm never gonna turn my back on Batman, even though he's not a superhero.
Man.
Even though he's not a superhero.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I'll sit here and say that Daredevil on my Marvel is in my top 10.
Yeah, he is definitely in my top 5 in Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. He's really good.
All right.
The man without fear.
We talked a lot about the Snyder cut, the Ayer cut. Please, Disney, please, please save Daredevil. Please do it. You have so much potential with that show. But let's move on, guys, to another positive subject. Tenet. What a trailer. Oh, and AJ chimed in on the choreography inspired by Old Boy. Very much see that, man. It's great.
Mhm.
But yes, let's talk about that Tenet trailer. Chris, I want to go to you first, man, as a filmmaker, as a writer, as a creator. Tell me what your thoughts were when you saw that Tenet trailer, man.
Like all Nolan's films, I just get a huge cinematic boner.
Same.
I don't know how he does it, and it drives me crazy. This man just has a way with that camera, and there's no wasted movement. There's no wasted frame. There's no wasted direction with the actors. And he's telling a complex story. You know, you're going to get a think piece. You know, you're going to get something unconventional, but it made me feel, I wouldn't say it reminded me of The Dark Knight. It didn't, but it reminded me of that same excitement I had for Chris Nolan in the mid 2000s, close to the end of the 2008 going into like maybe 2013, where that cat was everything to me, and his cinematic style was what I wanted to do. His way of telling a story is, with the music and the tones and the camera angles, and just it's so hard to explain, but it's like when you see your favorite aunt again at a family reunion, and you just love this person, and they're back, and they're gonna be funny, and you are not funny, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a hell of a ride. You're gonna want to watch it twice. The acting is gonna be stellar. He's not gonna fuck up. And I'm ready for some great fucking cinema.
What I love about Nolan's films is, as a viewer, he allows us to kind of construct our own conclusion to his stories, man. Like, Nolan just creates cinematic masterpieces that just can be interpreted in so many ways. Inception. There are certain movies that definitely have a concrete ending, but I mean, ones like Inception and Memento, I walked out of there like, what the fuck just happened?
Right, and I copy that style in my own shit. He has a way of saying, I'm gonna give you these paths. I'm gonna lay this out for you. It's up to you to fill in the blanks. You leave it to your own interpretation, and I kind of adopted that style with my filmmaking. If one or two people see it differently, and they tell me what was this supposed to be, I'm like, how do you see it? Oh, I see it like this, and I'm like, well, then that's exactly what it is. And they look at me like I'm stupid, like I got 5 heads. I'm like, no, if you felt like this is where I was going with it, then this is where I was going with it.
Mel had a comment that said, I love that they show Robert Pattinson right after Chris Nolan, the director of the Dark Knight trilogy. I see you, Nolan.
Mel, I know you said that because of me. I swear to God, we talk about this all the time. Listen, I love Robert Pattinson. Don't get me wrong. Again, I have to see a trailer of him as Batman. I think hearing him in his natural accent in Tenet is going to make me love him even more. But in this case, I am fully supporting my boy, John David Washington, because he definitely got casted in Black Klansman. He didn't get a nomination, but Adam Driver did. So, like, I've always been someone who roots for the underrated person. And, like, that's definitely John David Washington here, because it's a stellar cast, don't get me wrong. Everyone's amazing.
Always.
Elizabeth Debicki, yeah, he, like, completely, his casting's phenomenal. Like, Kenneth Branagh looks fantastic in this as well. But yeah, I'm looking out for John, and like he's absolutely incredible. I adore Nolan, and like you said, Chris, it's kind of like I would say it's kind of like a comfort, his films, because we know what we're going to get into and we're going to be like completely blown away by it no matter what the storyline is, because he always comes up with like new inventive ways to tell his story. So I think he's just a brilliant storyteller. And I always love that he discusses time, because no one really focuses on that. And I think that his time saga, I want to call it, because he does venture into different aspects of it, especially with Interstellar, which is a very underrated film, and it's one of the most powerful films that I've ever watched. He's just so in tune with that side of the universe.
Yeah,
And
he is.
it's just brilliant work.
So what he does with time is
it's just fantastic. You're discussing inversion and not time travel now. Like it's incredible.
Well, he takes these little things that aren't necessarily like, there's a lot of actual science that went into Interstellar, and what he's trying to do with this, they've been able to manipulate time already, guys. I don't know if you've noticed. We've done it. We've sent particles back in time, but we can do it. We can freeze down particles of light to measure how fast they're moving. So time travel is real. We right now have no way to move backwards, but you can move forward in time. It's 100% possible.
Yeah.
That's not science fiction. Is the whole universe going to move forward? No, you are, because you're going to be traveling at the speed of light, and that's when time slows down for you. But for us, it keeps going at normal speed. So 2 years at light speed for you is 4 years for us. So when you come back, say you want to shoot off into space at light speed for 2 years, turn around, come back. It'll be about 4 or 5 years past for us, but couple minutes for you.
Mel said, I think I'm going to need to watch it at least twice to understand everything and really absorb all 3+ hours. Yeah, I think it's required to view twice.
And I love that. You get your money's worth with Nolan, I swear to Jesus.
100%.
I like AJ's comment here. It says, one of the weaknesses I think Nolan has is the ability to make a compelling action set piece. And in this trailer, I'm starting to think he is getting better with that.
I think his action has actually been pretty strong, especially with the editing, because you're playing with time. So I think that, he struggled with it, maybe, if you want to say that. But I do think because of the editing, it's so difficult to get those action sequences, like especially in Inception, when you were like in the third layer and you had the van falling and you had to time the hallway fight scene with the van falling and then them in the bathtub. And like, it was just, the editing really helps all those action sequences, if I'm understanding his comment. What do you guys think?
I think he had trouble with Batman fight sequences.
Same here.
If you go back,
if you're talking about Batman,
he relied on shaky cam.
Sequences are really bad.
In Rises, it's really lazy. You can tell he's not even hitting people. People are waiting for their cues to come and jump Batman, and he kind of got sloppy with it. The actual Batman action got worse in the trilogy, not better.
I completely agree.
And when Bane kicked the shit out of him, that was some of the best acting Batman did in the whole film.
Now, hold on, though. Batman Begins has absolutely horrible fight choreography, man.
When he's Batman, yes, but if you look at the things with Ra's al Ghul,
when he's training, it's amazing. I'm like, okay, how do you get in the cape and cowl and the moves look worse?
And they actually did develop a fight style for the film. It's not like they were trying to hide. Yeah, it's not like they were trying to hide it. No, there's an actual. It's like a close quarter, easy strike movements where you use your forearms, your elbows, and you quick strike, and you get close quarter combat, and you get him in, get him out. If you remember in The Dark Knight, when he grabs the gun barrel and twists it, and then he turns around and kicks the shit out of everybody, that's their fighting style that they developed for Batman. Come in quick, close quarter punches, get in and get out. And they practiced the shit out of that. And then we got shaky cam action when it came to the fucking film.
I
don't consider the Dark Knight trilogy Nolan tone or Nolan-esque.
It's there a little bit.
Filmography.
It's
Yeah, but if
there
it's there a little
Say it's
bit,
a little Nolan though, because like
Nah,
if
Those
it wasn't
establishing
really
shots.
Nolan, we would
personally-
have like a super Batman.
I know, but I just don't like if I have to name something from Nolan's filmography, I don't name anything from the Dark Knight trilogy.
You don't even name The Dark Knight. It deserves
yeah,
to be in.
I,
TDK. Like,
no, yes, it's you don't get what I'm saying. Like out of everything, like I love The Dark Knight, don't get me wrong, but if I have to say that Nolan's best film is The Dark Knight, I have to I can't
Ooh,
agree
It's
with
not.
you.
You're right. It's not. It's not.
So if you put Nolan, like I understand that the Dark Knight trilogy kind of like skyrocketed his career. I understand that, but I do think that Interstellar, Inception, Memento, their
Yes.
story structure, their action sequences with time, like I said before in editing, that's where I thought the question was going. I didn't even think of the Dark Knight trilogy.
Dunkirk though had
And
a really
Dunkirk
good
as
setup
well,
too.
Yeah, we always
That's what
forget
I'm
about
saying.
Dunkirk and
I
Dunkirk.
feel like
I do
Dunkirk is
forget about
forgetting.
Dunkirk.
I feel
Yeah.
like Dunkirk is forgetting because it's got people like Harry Styles and shit. But it was actually a very good movie with the 3 different storylines going on all at once in 3
Yeah.
different times with the ticking clock the
Yeah.
entire time.
Did you
Like,
ever notice that we didn't see one German,
not one.
Yep.
but you felt like those fuckers were right around the corner?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
felt the
Like, it was
anticipation.
so intense. I fucking love. He's brilliant, bro.
That's why I'll take Dunkirk over 1917 any freaking day of the week.
No, they're both really good. Holy shit! Don't
No,
make me choose.
I did not like
1917
1917
had a
at
little bit
all.
more for a little bit more for me there, man. For some reason, there's a little bit.
I didn't.
Nolan really liked the glory shots in Dunkirk. There's a
Just
lot of
brilliant
beautiful
work.
shots that just linger, and I love it. But dude,
Ah,
I love the story behind 1917. That's real.
same.
That's real. That really
Yeah.
happened.
I just didn't care for it.
It was gonna be a fucking slaughter.
Chris, what I love
Yeah.
so much about the about 1917 is actually the behind the scenes. I love
Yeah.
following
It's
how they
nuts.
rigged that camera in that lake scene to just like scale across the lake as they were walking. I think that is what fascinated me so much about Dunkirk is that one take feel and look and the way they immersed us into the movie. I mean, I know you've got films that have done similar things before, but just doing it in this wartime fashion. I'm trying to think of the Hitchcock movie that only has 10 takes, Rope. But like you get this wartime story and getting us into the battlefield, feeling like you're actually there. That's something that 1917 did for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, I being a history buff, I love both films, and I know the importance of Dunkirk. But when you talk about dramatics, the actual Dunkirk evacuation next to 1911, it doesn't pale in comparison. Most of those troops got out of there alive in Dunkirk. Not anything short to the valiant effort of the British Navy and the British people to sell their ships and help them. But let's talk about the French. They held off the Germans long enough for their allies to get back and regroup. Like the French, that was one of the most valiant, brave things French did during the whole entire war.
Well, I gotta give it to not to Dunkirk, to 1917, for killing the deuteragonist in the very beginning of the fucking movie. Like they killed the other guy, the dude that was traveling with him so early on. I just did not see that coming.
No, and they did a very good job of making us think that he was the lead.
Yeah, I
which
really
is
thought Dean
great
Charles
storytelling
Chapman
because
was
he
the
wouldn't
guy.
shut the fuck up. That guy was talking 24/7. The other guy was just quiet, just like listening and just doing what he was. Then all of a sudden, kadoosh, he gets.
But see, part of me
AIA.
was a little bit weird about it because I remember George McKay being on all the posters and being I was like, what's going on with this, with Dean Charles Chapman and his character, and seeing him die, like I was definitely shocked, but at the same time, I was like, okay, it makes a lot more sense now, seeing as how like all the trailers, all the promotional stuff had George McKay like standing. I know you guys seen the 1917 picture of him like standing kind of up tall.
Yeah.
And there's soldiers around him and stuff. So I was just kind of like, all right, that kind of put it all into perspective for me.
They kind of pooped the bed with if they were going, which makes me think as filmmakers they weren't really concentrated on that. Wasn't to them that wasn't the importance. They weren't trying to hide the fact that there was 2, now there's 1 in the marketing. I think it was more important just to tell the journey of the story. But yeah, I mean, they could have easily made him at the bottom of that poster, making us think that he made it to the end with him, and then we could have got our shock. But to me, it didn't impact my the amount of enjoyment I got from the film.
Also, what a cast, people. We had
Yeah.
Mark Strong, we had Richard Madden, we had Colin Firth,
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch. We had everybody, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amanda. I know you don't like 1917. Chris just said 1917 and Dunkirk were two different films, in my opinion. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because I think Dunkirk was following 3 different storylines, whereas 1917 was following one, boots on the ground strictly. So yeah, definitely different movies.
Mhm.
But let's move to the next subject, shall we?
Is Amanda still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I'm here.
I think she's just like, I hate 1917.
Well,
They're talking about history. Shut up.
No, it's not the fact. I like war films when they're done differently. Just with 1917, I didn't like. I could appreciate the filmmaking. Roger Deakins is a god with the cinematography.
Yes.
But there was no. It was a very linear story, and I felt like it moved really slow for me. And I just didn't. They didn't sell it enough for me. That's just the way I felt about 1917. I just didn't care for what was happening because it was like we're gonna get to from point A to point B, and I don't know. I just didn't like it, and everything was like conveniently placed for the protagonist, and that's what annoyed me.
Favorite movie with Deakins as the cinematographer, real quick.
Oh, you want me to answer that?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Sorry. No, it's okay.
1917.
That's fine with you. Whatever.
Muppet Babies.
Okay, besides 1917.
I don't know. I don't know who this guy is.
Honestly.
You don't know Deakins?
Dude, you don't
I've
know
heard.
Deakins?
No, I'm gonna admit I don't know who you're talking about.
Skyfall, Shawshank, Fargo.
Oh, I know his work. I know his work. I just don't know the guy.
I absolutely loved his work in Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was
him?
Yeah, that was him. He won. I think he didn't win an Oscar.
He won.
Oh, he won it. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He did. That was his first one in like a bajillion years.
And second was 1917.
Yeah,
yes.
boy.
I really loved that movie. I liked it better than the first one. So yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Wait.
Wait, there's a movie before 1917?
You like
Blade Runner?
No, she's talking about Blade Runner. Hold on.
Oh, you don't like the original Blade Runner? Of course you guys don't like Blade Runner.
No, sir. I love it.
Okay, Leo.
Whatever. I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Blade Runner is so fucking cool.
It's so good, dude. Okay, so I read Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Yep.
Then I watched Blade Runner. Then I watched all the different versions of Blade Runner, including the final cut, the director's cut, all the other versions, all the other endings. I definitely watched all those. And then I watched 2049. And I gotta say, Amanda, I'm sorry, it goes to Blade Runner, but even above Blade Runner is the original Philip K. Dick novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? So check out the source material. It's phenomenal.
I shall. Don't you worry.
I don't believe you.
That's
Chris knows my tone, damn it.
like, I will not.
Right. You don't think I've worked around enough people who just say what I want to hear?
Yeah. She's over here like, yeah, I will, Leo. I sure will.
Oh, no.
Sicario and Blade Runner. Yes.
We forget about Sicario.
Yes, I love that movie. So good.
Yes, Dennis Villeneuve.
Is that how you pronounce it? I thought it was Villeneuve.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
It's Villeneuve.
It's Villeneuve. He's French.
He's French. It's a French name.
Villeneuve. I don't know how to speak French.
I am so excited for
like
Dune.
Mario Lemieux.
Sorry, we're talking about Denis.
Phenomenal.
Dune. Read the book. It's so good.
Have you seen the original? I like the original Dune.
See, with
original dope.
With Dune, I'm going to watch all of Denis' filmography, then watch Lynch's original Dune, and then watch Dune 2020 if it comes out this year. But that's what I was going to do. I was going to do an entire like rating system in an article for Denis, but ahead of Dune by watching Lynch's original Dune as well. So I was going to do that.
There you go.
Because I'm doing that with Nolan and I'm doing it with Denis. I wanted to do it with Wes Anderson, but I don't care enough. So I'm just doing.
Damn.
Sorry, I can't sit through his stuff, man.
Why not?
I love the Royal Tenenbaums. I love Rushmore, and I love Grand Budapest Hotel. Everything else, I'm like,
Isle of Dogs, you hate Mr. Fox.
it was okay. I didn't really.
Oh.
Moonrise Kingdom, I didn't really care. Like the Life Aquatic of whatever. What's his
Steve
name?
Azuzu.
Just those are the films that I like.
I was so pissed off at that movie. I'm thinking, this is Bill Murray. When
What
is
the
it going to
fuck?
get funny?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
So wait. You included Grand Budapest, didn't you?
I love Grand Budapest.
People talk about how good that film. I can't take that shit.
I'm more excited for The French Dispatch because of Timothée Chalamet. So yeah, he has a good year.
Yeah, he's one to look out for sure.
I love him so much.
All right, shall we get to the Lovebirds? Just came out on Netflix this week with Issa Rae and Kumail Nanjiani. There's really not a lot to say. I'll be honest with you. Like, look, I love the both of them. Yeah, it kind of does. I mean, I'm gonna be real here and say that if I didn't like them, I would have hated this movie.
Oh, same.
I was like, this is literally just a rehash of that Jennifer Aniston, Adam Sandler movie that they shoved on us last year.
Hey, Murder Mystery was good. What are you talking about?
Murder Mystery sucked.
Oh my god, it was so much fun. What?
No.
It was such a blast.
Murder Mystery sucked.
You know what? I love Adam Sandler, and I think that's the difference. You have to really love his humor to appreciate his movies.
He's not funny anymore. He's not funny anymore.
I loved Murder Mystery. I thought it was great.
You want to know why Adam Sandler's not funny anymore? Because I'm not 12.
You know what? Billy Madison is great. He did nothing wrong to you, okay? Billy Madison is a movie. Oh my god, I love it so much. Sorry.
What were you saying?
No, I love Billy Madison. It's one of my favorite movies.
I mean, Adam Sandler, you can say what you want, but he wasn't doing 12-year-old humor and Uncut Gems, so.
Yeah.
No, that was good acting.
I understand. He's a good actor. He just chooses to make fun movies. That's the difference. He doesn't have to. You know what?
Shit movie.
Stop.
He just chooses to make films with his friends and fuck around and have fun.
Yes,
That's all he's doing. He ain't doing shit. He's just having
with a cigar, dog.
Right, with a cigar, and his little pit bull, and his trophy wife. He's just living it up, bro.
He's golden. I love Sandman through everything. He's actually a really good actor.
Shampoo is better. No, conditioner is better.
Okay. Anyways.
I'm Adam Sandler.
Yeah, he's funny. Be quiet. I love him.
To save every movie.
No, with the Lovebirds, like going back, it reminded me of Date Night with Tina Fey and Steve Carell. If you guys haven't seen that, it is the superior film. It is freaking hilarious, and I love it.
Funniness in it.
It was good. Maybe because I watched it when I was younger, and I haven't seen it since then. But I remember that I really enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
I like JB Smoove.
It was
JB's movie is amazing.
He's funny as hell.
I got to meet him.
Oh hell no, that's awesome, Leo.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Just a couple comments to catch up on. Sorry, Arrival or Prisoners is my favorite Dennis. However you pronounce that.
Is excellent. That's
yes, I agree.
All time, it's so good.
Oh man, Arrival is so amazing. The way they depict the aliens and just oh my god,
movie made me cry.
And I really like Jeremy Renner's acting. I love Amy Adams. So yeah, you had me sold with the cast. Good year. It's been a terrible year. Yeah, for some movies for sure. Kumail is underrated. So is Issa. Agreed. Enough with the slander for my dad, Adam Sandler.
Agreed.
Adam Sandler is not a good actor. I think I agree with Chris though. I think he's got the chops. He showed us that. I just think he just kicks back.
Like Punch, was it called Punch Drunk Love?
Yes,
was brilliant.
And Men, Women, and Children, I think he was in. That was really good. Jason Reitman, I love that movie. It was really strong.
He's got the chops. I just think a lot of the time he's chilling.
Guys, what about Click? That movie is so underrated.
Yo, I love
what?
Click. I love Click.
Come
Oh my
on.
god.
Click is so
No.
you guys-
Oh
So
my god, I love
stupid.
Click when he
What?
wakes up
That
fat.
movie made me cry. Are
Same.
you
Oh
okay?
my god.
There's fart jokes in that. You guys are grown ass adults.
So?
You like Ragnarok? I'm
There's
sorry.
no fart jokes in Ragnarok.
Dude, there's ass
Oh,
jokes in
dude,
Ragnarok.
dude.
Come on, Chris.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I like it.
You know what I really liked? Big Daddy.
I like it a lot.
Mr. Deeds. I like it a lot.
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 What's going on, Roxanne? Adam
Hey.
Sandler and Little Nicky. Yes.
Yeah, forget about
Yes.
Little Nicky.
Freaking golden.
That's a classic. That's a classic Adam Sandler film.
Big
Wow.
Daddy.
Like
Yeah.
Waterboy, Big Daddy,
Yeah.
Billy
Oh my God, I love
Madison.
Waterboy.
51st Days.
Gatorade.
What is better?
H2O.
Okay, enough with the slander. Let's go back to the Lovebirds, please.
More slander.
No, okay, but the thing is that I love Kumail. I think his delivery is fantastic. I was dying of laughter with his line delivery, and I thought he was really strong. Issa's like incredible as well, but I don't think that they had romantic chemistry. I think they had like best buddy chemistry. So I think this should have been like a buddy cop type comedy. I thought that would have been really good, and they would have excelled. But I understand that they do want to put representation at the forefront and have a couple in that kind of comedic setting. I understand that. So it worked and it didn't. I do find that the jokes were rough. They didn't really land as often as I wanted them to, but I was laughing. So it was just an okay film for Netflix. It's probably one of the better Netflix films that I've seen this year. Most of them have been kind of trash, to be perfectly honest. I haven't had like one good experience with a Netflix film other than Lovebirds.
What did you think about what was that one with Spencer Confidential?
That was fun. They did nothing different with it because Mark Wahlberg always plays that character, so I just didn't really care.
Always, which is why I
So-
loved him in Scoob.
Yeah, like that exactly. So I just think because it was so similar. I even wrote in my review, it's like Boston accent, check mark, Boston cops, check mark. Like it was like that was my review, like Winston Duke looking like a meal, check mark. Like it was that kind of situations. I was like,
Snuck
okay.
that in, okay.
Yeah, and I was like Alan Arkin being old and grumpy, check mark. Like it was that kind of thing for Spencer Confidential. So like, okay, whatever. But I do think The Lovebirds is probably the best Netflix film that came out this year, and that's like slim
Yeah.
pickings, to be perfectly honest.
I'm trying to think of like the other
Well, I've
originals because I'm like,
seen most of them.
Extraction.
Extraction was garbage.
Garbage.
It was garbage. All Day and One Night was boring as shit. The half of it wasn't that great. It really disappointed me. What else came out? Spencer Confidential was probably like decent, like I said. So I would say Spencer and Lovebirds were probably my favorite ones.
The old guard looks phenomenal.
Dude, I'm so excited for that. I'm so stoked.
After I read the comic book, I'm even more stoked.
Yeah.
Look, I'm trying to think of the. You might be right. I mean, this very well might be the best one because, all the other ones I've seen, Extraction was pretty bad. All Day and the Night was okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It was really boring. I thought that it would have been better if it was done in episodes.
Yeah, I agree. To kind of just like keep us going. Yeah, I think I can agree with that. The Lovebirds is the best Netflix original, but at the same time, like it was pretty okay. I think I agree with you in that I liked Issa and Kumail together, but they probably would have played better as best friends. I thought the couple stuff was a little forced, especially in like the beginning of the movie. I kind of was like trying to be with them as a couple. I was trying to feel it, but I was just like, I don't know, like some about the energy with them together romantically just wasn't really pulling me until they got to the part in the movie where he's talking with her office friend or whatever. I can't remember the guy's name. And he's like hacking the phone and he's like, oh yeah, she talks about you all the time. And that's kind of where I started being like, oh, okay, I can kind of see these two as an opposites attract type of couple because he was so surprised. And I was like, okay, they're kind of making it work a little bit with the like bickering couple that like never really addresses their feelings, but deep down they love each other. Like it got me then, but like the beginning of the movie, awkward. Even the end was a little bit weird. But I think it was the moments, the stares, the details, that kind of stuff that really hooked the relationship aspect of it for me. I like the two of them. I didn't really like anything else. The action and the thriller element was boring and stale. I thought the script was extremely sloppy. I mean, you two people are like, what's going on here? And they're like, well, I don't really know. And it's like, well, clearly you didn't run the fucking guy over. Why don't you just like explain yourself? So,
like that could have been avoided in like 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
The whole 2-hour film. Yeah.
But then I asked myself, I'm like, okay, well, that would avoid the whole 2-hour film. But still, that to me is bad writing. You know, you got these characters fumbling around. It would have been a little more interesting to me if they were like, yeah, like this guy took our car and they actually told the truth, but that couple thought they fabled the story and called the cops anyway. There's nothing really good about this movie besides the two of them. They elevated it for me. They made it a little more fun and enjoyable to me. But other than the two of them, I just wasn't really fazed with the movie. I liked that scene where they were going to dump the hot grease or the horse that on them, the dude that like kidnapped them, whatever. Again, it's just a movie that's like all over the place. So the pacing's pretty bad, script's pretty bad, just like every other rom-com. There's really no amazing cinematography. There's no amazing shot selection. So yeah.
You just feel like, oh, okay, that passed the time.
It's kind of just like,
yeah, it's a throwaway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it. It doesn't even look good.
I knew Chris was not gonna watch it.
That's how we're gonna rate things from now on, Leo.
On a scale from 1 to, I give it a. I give it. I can't even finish it because I'm laughing. I give it 2.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real here. If I didn't like Issa and Kumail, I would have fucking hated this movie.
Same, dude. Same.
It took them to and come on, it's murder mystery, just with a different thriller or whatever.
Yeah, there was no story.
Yeah, so just unoriginal. The two of them are great, but everything else was just blah. Like I read your review, Amanda, and I was like, man, she comprehended this way more than me. I was just like, oh wow. The two of them are great and everything else.
Serious? Like I don't even remember what I wrote.
I don't even like rom-coms, man, but I like Issa Rae and I like.
Okay, so can I ask a question?
Sure.
Have you seen When Harry Met Sally?
Yep.
Okay, and what did you think of that one?
I thought it was the better rom-com of the rom-coms, but
Interesting. That's like my favorite thing ever.
All I have was cheese hanging.
Yeah, I love that movie. I went to New York. And I actually walked all the way to Cat's Delicatessen to go sit at their table. And then
Did you do it?
Yeah, I did. I sat there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I kind of like, I know it's so stupid, but like,
Please tell me you ate at Cat's Deli.
I did, and it was so rammed.
What the fuck?
I just went to literally, it was so crazy. And then I ended up buying, because it was the 25th anniversary. So I ended up buying a t-shirt from Cat's Deli with them on the t-shirt, and it was like the best purchase that I've ever done in my life, because it means so much to me, that movie. It always takes me out of like a really bad headspace, and then it just makes me reevaluate relationships. And
they made movies.
I think When Harry Met Sally and Pretty Woman are boring as fuck.
Whoa, I think When Harry Met Sally's like the blueprint, dude, for like all rom-coms, because they really,
it's like Meg Ryan at her best, man. She's just like out and just
so good.
I just don't like rom-coms, y'all. They're just not.
Okay, that's fair. You don't have to say that it's boring.
I thought it was boring. I did like Crazy Rich Asians though.
That's as rom-com as it gets.
I liked what's it called? Always Be My Maybe. That was dope.
I like Hitch.
Yes, I'm down for Hitch. Wait. I know 20. I know that Crazy Rich Asian was like super rom-com. Like that was super romantic. But man, it was something about Constance and Henry. They
What about
had me
True
just
Romance?
yeah, man. They had me couples goals up in that bitch. Something.
No, the film True Romance.
Oh, yeah. Mm-mm.
That's a romantic dark comedy. Sure it is.
I don't know.
Another one that I found myself boring by, man.
Anyways,
Damn.
you kind of really hurt me with When Harry Met Sally. No, you really hurt me. That movie means so
I'll go
much
back
to
and
me.
watch
So it hurts me. But anyways, that's just me.
Sleepless in Seattle?
You've Got Mail, dude. Meg Ryan was a queen after Top Gun with all that stuff.
My Best Friend's Wedding. Hello?
Come on, Runaway
That's one-
Bride.
Dude, that's one of my favorite movies that I'll never admit to. Oh, I just did.
It's
But
okay.
I love
I love it
I love
too.
that film.
I love it. I agree with you. Do not sleep on us. How dare
I'm
you?
sorry, you guys are talking about films.
That's how I feel about anime. Do you know how I feel? How you feel is how I feel about anime. How does it
Oh
feel now?
no! Oh no!
You know how it feels, Chris?
Some
You
straight
want to
up
know how that feels?
boring ass
You want
shit.
to know how that feels, Chris?
Oh god! I'm
You
gonna.
want to really know how that feels?
Don't you kick me off the show, Leo. I swear.
No. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. But the way it feels for me, Chris,
Oh
Yeah.
no!
more for me, motherfucker.
Oh, you
for me.
swore. Language. You swore.
All right, Cap.
I know. That's fine. That's a compliment for me. I don't care.
Can we just acknowledge the fact that Amanda said language?
Right?
Yeah.
And she complains about that line all the time.
I'm allowed to say it because I love him and I hate that
Language.
language.
Okay, what did you guys' okay? I guess besides When Harry Met Sally, what is y'all's favorite rom-com?
My Best Friend's Wedding.
That The Proposal is really good. Just Friends is really underrated. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is really strong.
Oh,
That's not.
God.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I don't. That's
Yeah.
a teen. That's a teen rom com.
Oh,
That doesn't count.
I did like that one 500 Days of Summer.
Oh,
That was dope as hell.
my god, I hated that one.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. That was boring. I did not understand the hype for that movie. I didn't care.
What?
No, dude.
See, that
know
movie was
You know what's really good is He's Just Not That Into You.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's everyone hates on it, but I'm like, it's just so well written and then pieced together. I really loved the way it was structured because it's kind of similar to like real life situations. Like they structured it with When Harry Met Sally, and I love watching both of them. Sorry, I'm looking at my DVD rack, and those are literally all the ones I have displayed. The ones I just listed. 13
Leo, what's
Going
your
on-
favorite?
Sorry, 13 Going on 30 is really good too. He sucks. Can we kick him out? I think we should kick him out, Chris.
no.
I can't believe you can't appreciate a romantic comedy.
I didn't say I can't appreciate it. I said I just
all
don't like
boring.
them.
No, you called him boring. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
13 Going on 30, 51st Dates Bomb. Roxanne said you opened up a can of worms, Chris. I agree. My favorite rom-com did somebody ask that?
Yes, Chris did.
Yeah, I did, you dummy.
You guys are ridiculous.
What the hell just happened? Did we go through one of those Nolan time loops?
Tenet just happened.
Right.
It
we
didn't
just
happen
did
yet.
it.
Oh, he didn't answer yet. Or maybe he did. And we
In
didn't
another time, he already did.
My favorite rom-coms, Judge the Fuck Out of Me, the one you clowned on, 500 Days of Summer. That and Crazy Rich Asians. Those are my two favorites.
That's so interesting because Crazy Rich Asians is just like so tropey and like literally copies every. It's so
know.
great. Like I adore it, but it's impossible to be like you dislike everything else, but Crazy Rich
I
Asians.
didn't say I dislike everything else. No.
Whatever you said, it was boring. It's the same thing. So I'm just saying, like you can't. It's just hard for me to understand that, like you like that, but you don't. I don't know. That's just
It's something about like Henry Golding and Constance Wu that I'm just like, man, y'all need to get married in real life. Oh, and I liked you guys are gonna hate me for this one. Really like that Last Christmas. Holy shit.
We know you talk about it like every time we're live. Like, if I watch this movie, Leo, and it sucks, I'm going to let you have
You
it.
know what? With Last Christmas, the soundtrack is absolute fire because I love my baby George Michael. It's fire, but it is so predictable that like it's so hard to sit there. Like Mel and I went to go watch it, and we were like whispering to each other. We're like, "This is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen," and then it did happen, and we're like, "Okay." So the thing with Last Christmas, and this is why I know Leo and I understand him. He just has a massive crush on Henry Golding, so that's why he loves Last Christmas, and that's why he.
You're right.
Like that's what I'm saying. That's the only explanation to this because you like Crazy Rich Asians and you like Last Christmas, and they just came out.
And I have a massive crush on Amelia Clark. Massive.
Yeah.
I think she has so much charm and she's got this very playful energy that she brings to roles outside of Daenerys. It's great. Oh man, we're a little behind on comments.
Mel's like, I'm gonna list everything.
51st Dates, Bridget Jones' Diary, Love, The Holiday, 27. Love Actually. Love Actually is one of the Christmas movies I despise the most. Crazy Rich Asians is a masterpiece. I agree. 10 Things I Hate About You. It's okay. Last Christmas is
That's
amazing.
a great movie. Stop.
Yeah, it is. What are you talking about?
I agree, Christian. Last Christmas, so good, my man.
The Holiday.
Romantic dramas, but I do like The Notebook and I do like Brokeback Mountain.
I'm not a fan of Christmas movies.
The Holiday is excellent, though. Like, it's so good, The Holiday. Have you guys seen it?
Which one's that?
It's with Jude Law, Kate Winslet, Jack Black, and Cameron Diaz. And Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet switch houses. So one lives in LA and one lives in London. And they switch houses. So Jack Black meets Kate Winslet and then Jude Law meets Cameron Diaz in the alternate houses. And it's just such a fantastic film. It's so great.
I like early 2000s. Yeah. I remember that.
It's such a good movie. It's so underrated. No one ever talks about it, but it's one of my favorites. It's so beautiful and heartwarming.
You guys are going to hate me because I like romantic dramas.
Huh?
So I like Brokeback Mountain.
Yes, I love that movie.
I like Brokeback Mountain.
Love it.
Love The Notebook. I mean, god damn, that had me in.
What do you want? What do you want?
Just give me the drama with the
romance. What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want?
Tell me what you want. I love The Notebook. I'm gonna admit, I like that. I thought the acting in that, was great. Yeah.
The Big Sick. I like The Big Sick.
Big Sick's really good. Very well written. The Notebook I can't watch more than once though, because I just get really emotional at the storyline. So I only watched it once, and I vowed to myself I can't watch it again. So.
It's the same. I'm the same. I have not watched it since the first time I saw it.
Yeah,
I don't need to. I remember that film.
Yes, 100%.
I also liked. I know I'm about to get hit on. I'm about to get some hate.
You keep saying that. Everything you say.
Because he's right, so he might as well prepare us.
Yeah, I'm preparing y'all. The Latest Star is Born. I really, really like that movie. I found myself crying in that theater, and I was like one of 3 people up in that bitch.
See,
why was it sad? What happens? Because I've never seen it.
What?
None of them? You've never seen one of
them? I can't stand. I love her as a singer. I can't stand her acting. I don't like it.
Fair.
And she's a fellow Italian.
I know. How dare you? Stefania Germanotta. How can you not go watch her?
I love her acting.
Yeah, let's not forget her name is Stephanie.
Yeah, no. Stephanie.
I know. Yeah, but I don't it might be good in that one, but dude, overall I don't. And Bradley Cooper,
he was brilliant in A Star Is Born and deserved.
I heard that it almost cost him his marriage. Like there was some fuckery going on in that movie.
It was a lot of shit. But I've never seen him completely transform in a role that he did with Jackson Maine. Yeah. He deserved to win an Oscar for that performance. He was robbed that year, and I think it was Gary Oldman's year. So Bradley Cooper deserved to win that Oscar for everything he put into it. None of that director BS and the whole controversy with it. Yeah.
What's the director BS?
Well, he
Because
got
he's-
pissy. He got pissy that he didn't get nominated.
Yeah, he's
And
director.
I'm like, it's your first effing movie, bro. There are
Oh, he
people that have
directed
been,
it. I didn't know he directed it.
and I think he co-wrote as well.
Yeah, he
and
did.
he actually got a Grammy for the album because he played the guitar and he learned it and everything, and he sang and it was really strong. Everything besides his directing and and the editing choices were fine.
I really liked Jackson Maine. I
He's
liked how he channeled that Sam Elliott into the role.
just so good. I fell in love with him. He was brilliant. Brilliant
Yeah,
work.
Jack.
Legit.
He was really good. I will not take this slander. Are you talking about Last Christmas?
Yes.
I agree. I also really love the F word.
That was good too. I like that one. That was good.
And I guess rom-coms just don't do shit for me.
Ugh.
I've never seen it.
So that one's
Me
with
neither.
Daniel Radcliffe and Adam Driver. And
Oh yeah, I definitely never seen it if it's got
it's
that.
such a weird cast, but Dan Radcliffe is such a babe in it. It was so cute. And I think Juno Temple was in it as well. So yeah, that was the cast. It was cute. It was pretty decent.
I haven't seen him in shit outside of Harry Potter except for that witch movie, the Black Witch or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The,
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
that. I saw
Yeah,
that.
the
I
Woman in
love,
Black. The Woman in Black.
I love that movie.
That
I
was
It's
good as
shot.
hell.
It's shot well. I didn't think it was
I thought it was good.
I thought it
overall.
was good for him outside of Harry Potter. I thought
Yeah, it was cool
good.
to see that.
Yeah,
but-
it was a good role for him. There was a sequel?
Sorry, which
what?
one?
There was a sequel to Woman in Black. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was, but he wasn't in it.
Why even have the sequel then?
I know that. That's what I'm saying.
They do that all the time, Leo. Have
Dumb.
sequels that go straight to DVD that don't have anything to do with the
A
original.
Star is Born was robbed. Guns Akimbo. I still got to see Guns Akimbo. All the drama that happened with that. I haven't been able to see it yet. I mean, it got pulled from the release slate before COVID-19 even hit.
What's Guns Akimbo?
It is the new movie he stars in. He's kind of like in this video game world. But it got pulled from movie theaters. I honestly I can't quite remember the drama with all that. But it was something that the director has said about some writers of color
Yeah.
and the industry
Whoa.
squashed the shit out of him. And yeah, so the movie got pulled from release in theaters and it went straight to VOD.
Yikes, brother.
Yeah, he talked shit on Twitter about some writers, and yeah, the studio was not having that shit. Christian said I rented it. I think I gotta check that out too, man. Just as a little rental or a stream. But
What kind of film?
Guns Akimbo?
Yeah, what kind of film is it?
It's an action video game. Think Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you seen Scott Pilgrim?
Yeah, I actually kind of like Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I
Oh
love
my God, I
Scott
love that
Pilgrim.
movie.
So
Oh,
good.
that fucking movie.
The comedy in it, it's just something so fucking.
It's something else. And Chris
Do a
Evans,
grind
man.
thingy off that thingy. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Hey guys, that is also a Chris Evans and Brie Larson movie before Avengers Endgame.
It is,
Yep.
and Superman's in it too.
And Mary Elizabeth Winstead's in it.
Yep.
Yep. Damn,
cat-
they just assembled their
Nah,
DCU
uh,
MCU off
I
that
th-
film.
Ramona. Oh, yeah, I got a crush on her.
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna
god,
lie.
yeah, I love
Doesn't, I
Ramona
know.
Flowers.
I love so much.
Ramona and I was a
And
big
Macaulay
fan of
Culkin's
Indy.
brother,
He's so good.
Yeah.
Kellen. What's his name? Kevin Kellen Cullen.
Kieran.
Kieran Culkin, yeah, Kieran Culkin.
He was
Yeah.
great.
He's
great.
not that bad. He's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, he's really good.
Wasn't he in Fargo?
Maybe.
The series Fargo?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I remember he was in movie 43. What
Yeah.
what a fucking
Yeah,
movie
oh my
right
God,
there.
Jesus, let's not talk.
Movie 43. Bruh, let's not go there. Please. Please, no.
That movie had the biggest fucking star lineup. It was the shittiest movie.
What did you ask if he was in? Fargo?
What's that? Fargo.
I don't see it, monsieur.
He's not in the Fargo show? I thought he was for some reason.
Hang on. Succession, Go Fish. Nope, he's not in the Fargo show.
Yeah, he is. He was in 2015.
Doesn't show up on my Google search.
I look at IMDb.
I was lazy. I didn't want to go.
That's fair.
Oh,
God.
yeah, it was in it. Whatever. Okay, cool. You're right. Yeah.
Bruh, Serenity. That was a trip.
That movie, oh my
man.
god, that was such a good original film, and it was such a great concept, and it bothers me that people trashed it. That movie has such meaning to it, and it was a very emotional film at the end. So go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime.
The one with McConaughey and Anne Hathaway.
Neo Noir, yeah, it was so good.
I skipped that one. Who directed that?
It's getting a lot of hate.
It's getting so much hate, and Mel and I went to go watch it, and we're like, there was nothing really out, so we're like, you know what, let's go support Annie. And
I love Anne Hathaway.
I
God,
love
she's
her.
talented,
Dang.
beautiful. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I think she's stuck into some shitty movies, though.
She
gets
had
stuck
to
in
make her way.
shit.
She was a Disney actress for a
Yeah,
while
she
there.
was.
Yeah, but that damn Ocean's 8 was awful.
What?
Oh Jesus, dumpster fire.
Ocean's 8 was horrible.
Oh my period.
Man. I think we stunned Amanda. I think she
That was dumb. Danny Ocean's my brother. Uh-huh.
fuck, and he doesn't even make an
Uh-huh.
appearance in the movie.
Uh-huh. It's like Suicide. It's like no Batman, but Harley Quinn. I'm sorry, that's how I felt. Like
It's like if they just took Batman's sister and was like, I'm Batman's sister. Oh, I'm gonna run around saving Gotham because I'm Batman's sis.
right. It's like if the CW made a stupid show where there's a Batwoman and not a Batman in it all, and it's just running around being Batwoman and
wait.
not Batman. Wait, they already do, and she's been fired.
No, she left.
Because she can't hack it. But anyway, Amanda, are you still alive?
I think she really lied. I'm
No,
sorry.
bro. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm
No,
not gonna. No.
I am
I am-
sorry because we take
No.
dumps on your films all the time, but I gotta reel back and just say, I don't know, man. Ocean's 8. I mean, you're stretching me out after 13. So I don't know.
love the
I didn't-
Oceans franchise to death. I go back and watch them all the time. It
Man,
does not exist to me. That is so stupid. And you know what? I'm
I
over Sandra
love
Bullock,
11,
dude.
12, 13 was good. Don't get me wrong, but
It has its moments. I like to see my Al
Yeah.
Pacino. I like my Al Pacino.
oh man, rest in peace, Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
But you had Ocean's 8, right? And I'm like, man, the shit they pulled in 11 at that damn casino. And you mean to tell me it's the Met Gala? I don't know.
You're telling me,
man.
wait a minute. You
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Because I've been listening to this headassery happen right in front of me.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a Canadian saying. Headassery.
Wow.
I'm going to take this headassery. Oh no.
No,
You're
that's
telling
good.
me
That's
that their heist wasn't what I thought that was.
Oh, their
their
heist was weak
dude.
sauce.
sauce.
What are you talking
There wasn't a
about?
moment. There wasn't a moment in their heist where I was actually worried about them.
Nope.
I was like, oh, they got this. Whatever. There wasn't
Just
a
a lot of
single moment.
shots of them in
during the-
in ridiculously fancy clothes looking confused at each other.
know what?
Like, what the fuck is this shit?
You
I
wanna
gotta-
know something? It's because you're men. That's why you guys.
Oh, you can't
No,
do that,
no,
Amanda.
no.
That is why. No, because you guys don't
No.
understand how amazing
No.
it felt to watch it like that. You have no idea that.
Rihanna was acting terribly in that. She's a
no
terrible
idea.
actress.
Actor was
You have
horrible. Male, female, you don't.
no
I
idea
don't-
how it feels. So
No.
no, nothing. You have no idea how it feels to sit there and watch those women do what they did.
What do
have
you
no-
mean? You
No.
aren't?
For me,
You
if you slapped a different label than Oceans on it and just made an original story
Why
with
do
Sandra
they
Bullock, Kate Blanchett, and Anne Hathaway, I'd be
Then-
sold.
Yeah,
amazing
Kate.
that
Let's not
was.
forget Kate Blanchett was wasted. You wasted Kate.
Wasted.
You wasted Kate.
Wasted.
Yeah,
Guys,
Carbon.
Like a side
Guys,
character. She's
please
like
don't.
Sandra Bullock's bitch.
Guys,
I just didn't
please
like
don't.
her.
She should have been.
Brad
She
Pitt
should
was
have
been with
been
Sandra.
Daniela Ocean or whatever the fuck her
first
name was.
bitch in Oceans. Let's not. It's exact same character, so you can
Wasn't
like.
Aquafina in that movie too?
Well,
you guys
Aquafina
like
was
what
great.
ended, but you
No, she's funny. I like her. I'm not
good,
gonna
man.
lie, dude.
She's great.
Aquafina's tight. She's cool.
guys, I see you guys. I see you guys. That's
No,
fine.
no. Hold on.
Oh,
If
no.
you gave me all these ladies in a
No,
non-Oceans franchise, I'd
Why
be
is
down.
that's BS though? Who cares? There's a clear lineage that they're siblings. What's
no,
the
that's
issue
not.
with
There's no
that? Why
clear.
not? Yeah, there
Danny
is.
never said he had a
Danny
sister
never said shit about a sister.
Exactly my point. So why do you have an issue with it?
because Danny never said anything about a
Wrapping
sister.
up.
Who gives a
Exactly.
shit? Who cares? That doesn't make
We
any
had 3 movies with the dude. You think it would have been brought up?
You know nothing about. Who
They're
cares?
all called Ocean.
But
God
they-
damn it.
Guys,
They're all called
hold
Ocean.
on,
You're
hold
saying
on.
that, let's just say Ocean's 8, which made hordes of money, they did extremely well. If they get a sequel and they bring everyone in, you guys aren't going to be hyped for that.
Fuck
They're
no.
not. They're not. So I'm not. So no.
Fine. That's
It tanked.
what-
They're
what-
not.
Even if they
Dad
brought back
actually
George
did really
Clooney
well at the
and
box
the
office.
original gang, I'm not.
And
No,
the
because
reason
then they
why
would
they
have to
did-
merge it with the Ghostbusters 16 cast of the fucking Oceans. Fuck that shit.
No. Okay, here.
It's because they're
I
winners.
will say
Against
because
Ben
I'm a
Coleman.
man.
No,
That
it's
is.
not because
It
I'm a.
No, it is because that's the
No,
only
it's not.
way. You guys are shitting on Ocean's 8 for that reason.
No,
Or
I'm
else
not.
it
No, it has nothing to do with them being girls.
not as bad.
No.
I swear to God, it's not as bad as you both are
It
making.
was. I
Let
was
me tell you
disappointed.
something. I actually went with 4 ladies, and none of them liked that movie.
Because
Ooh.
they have no taste. So it's great.
Because it's because they're men.
Damn, Chris. They're
Yeah.
well, I know for sure one of them's not.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Amanda, we love you, and we're just pulling your chain.
We do. We love you, but I'm sorry. I don't like Ocean's 8.
I don't either, and it's not because I'm a guy.
Yeah, it is. It's fine.
No, it's not. It's not because we're guys.
You
It's
guys
just
are allowed.
that.
Wait a minute. You guys are allowed to chirp me, but I can't chirp you.
You did. You can chirp us.
Okay, that's all I'm doing. Don't take
Okay.
it.
Hey, as much as you shit, as much as you shit on, as much as you shit on Homecoming, I think
Right.
one
You
movie.
shit on Ragnarok. You take healthy.
You guys
You
Protein
can do
bar.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
When you go Homecoming,
time for DCU. No, I'm not having a day. I'm not.
You take those taco
no.
shits on Ragnarok, man.
here's
You
the
just let them
problem.
have it.
Here's the problem with Ocean's 8. Danny never mentioned a sister. That's that's a huge issue for
Well, they
me.
wrote it now.
And
You
then
don't know
next,
about
well,
his.
that's sloppy writing. You
And then
go
they use the
flat out
best
of nowhere, that's sloppy.
Are you saying that every freaking actor, every freaking character has to mention that they have a sibling? Is that what you're saying right
I
now?
would,
No.
in 3 movies, I would expect you to at
Who
least
cares?
mention
something.
it.
So
She
unless,
didn't have to. Okay, here, I'll give you this. She
Unless
didn't even have to be Debbie Ocean.
oh my god,
And she
Okay.
had
didn't
the
have to
same
be Debbie
initial.
Ocean.
Bull.
whatever, it's fine.
I'm just saying, she didn't have to be Debbie Ocean.
No,
for
it
you.
could have been a standalone.
It could have been a standalone.
Good, you're right. You're
It have
absolutely
been an Atomic Blonde, bro.
Yeah.
No, but Atomic Blonde didn't do well because everyone's like, oh, it's a John Wick ripoff.
No, it's actually based on
I think
graphic novel.
Atomic Blonde did better than
Ocean's 8. It
Ocean's 8. Ocean's 8.
I'm
Ocho.
Look at it.
Take a look.
It
It's a
did.
book, a reading rainbow.
Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I'm curious. I'd like to hear as well.
Dude, I would
Yeah,
bet.
okay. Atomic Blonde made 100 million, and Ocean's made 300.
On what budget?
No
matter.
way.
On a 30 million budget.
It doesn't matter. It still made bank, dude. What are you talking about? What's that matter?
How much did Oceans
How
make?
did Oceans make that?
Oceans made 297. That
297.
ain't knocking it at the park on a 70 mil.
Are you looking at
You gotta
total or
think- you
box
gotta
office
think.
take?
Like, why are you taking it lightly? It did so well, and it deserves a sequel. I'm not understanding this. It did
fell into
so
a black
well,
hole. Nobody cares about that movie. Nobody's even seen that damn movie. I don't know how it did that well.
but it made
was
$3
the-
million.
What was the
People
budget?
have
What was
seen
the budget?
Ocean's 8. People have seen
was
Ocean's
the
8.
budget?
The budget for Ocean's 8 is 70 million, and the budget for Atomic Blonde was what, 30? Yeah,
Okay.
30 mil.
Still made money, but okay.
No,
Atomic
I
did-
will give it to
No,
you.
I
Ocean's 8
have to give it
Ocean's
to
8
you.
made more.
Obviously, you're right. People liked it. They watched it, but I'm just not one of them.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
I think I can
fair.
agree with that.
I'm a diehard from the trilogy, though, guys.
I am too,
really
though. I love
love
the
it.
trilogy.
So my
Same
hate
here.
It didn't even remind me of the original trilogy either.
I did. I thought it did, to be perfectly honest.
Why couldn't
It had
Soderbergh
the same
do it?
vibe. I hate Soderbergh's.
I thought I was watching a different movie a couple times.
Yeah.
I do like Sarah Paulson though. That's my girl right there.
Soderbergh post Oceans is a disaster, and I do not want to ever watch another movie from him. I'm
From
sorry.
who?
Soderbergh after Oceans just like crashed.
He produced that Ocean's 8.
He produced it. He didn't direct it.
What did you think about the laundromat? I never got around to that.
So much. Oh my god, it was terrible.
Really?
Just a shitstorm from beginning to end. I hated it.
With
Boring.
String Altman and Banderas?
Dude, it was so boring. It was exactly like The Big Short, but worse. Like it was just they
I
explained.
like The Big Short.
Oh god.
What?
Oh,
You didn't
my
like
God.
The Big Short?
I was bored out of my goddamn mind.
Oh hell no! That was intriguing as fuck to me, man.
Big Short, in my opinion, was boring as fuck.
No.
It had a great cast, but it was boring as shit. I think
It
Ryan
got me.
Gosling
It
is
got
boring
me
in
into
his fucking way.
investing. It got me into investing and hunting for fucking bubbles and shit.
I didn't need to watch a 2-hour movie about that though. I could have.
Hey, we got to see Margot
you.
Robbie in a bathtub
Thank you.
explaining to us
Yeah,
about
which is incredibly sexy
subprime mortgages, baby.
Snyder.
Male gaze, buddy.
as hell. That they. That's
If
when I
you
walked
look
out of
into
the
the
theater.
context of the
I
film
walked
and the
out of the
weight behind
theater.
it, do you know that
I
they were
walked out of the
uncovering?
No.
They were uncovering the big crash that we went through. These people were going, "Oh my god, these greedy bastards were doing this doing this on purpose."
I'll give you
care
this.
what the reason was for. You hired Margot Robbie.
Oh, you're not even American. Why do you care?
I don't. Exactly my point. Why I don't give a shit about the movie, dude. Like, I'm proud of that. Like,
fair.
I'm proud of that.
That's fair. That's
I'll give
fair.
you this, Chris.
Eddie
I'll give
Margot-
you this.
like-
It was better than La La Land.
Ooh, yeah, La La Land. Ooh.
La La Land
Guys.
sucked.
God,
Yeah.
La
It
La
did
Land
not deserve. No,
but it was
Mm-mm.
better than The Big Short. I'm gonna literally go. No, dude.
No,
La La
no,
Land sucked.
No, bro, come on.
no.
Don't do that to me. La La Land.
Sorry.
That soundtrack was fire.
You got to start looking at films without the "I love the lead character."
I
He's
hated
hot.
both of them. I
No.
hated both of them as the lead. So don't keep saying that it's because I think they're hot.
You think Ryan Gosling's hot?
I
No.
don't think he is actually. I think he's a good-looking guy, but it's not the reason why I went to go see La La
Damn
Land.
Canadians.
He's okay. I prefer Reynolds. So like it's just it has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that maybe the first time I watched it was at TIFF. So I had the whole festival buzz when I watched it, and I thought it was amazing because I love Chazelle from Whiplash. So I liked it at the beginning, but then the second time I watched it, it lost its like luster.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's not something that's rewatchable. I can't watch it again because I didn't give a shit. But like La La Land is better than The Big Short, and I'm gonna say that
I don't know. I disagree, but I think we can all agree that Drive is better than both of them.
Drive is crap. Oh my god, dude!
Crap.
Oh my god, that
Crap.
movie.
Are you serious?
Which one was Drive again?
Where he's the driver, Ryan Gosling.
Oh
and, like, the
man, that was
driver gets caught up in the-
lackluster.
That was so
What?
It was it was a lackluster film.
With
I didn't
Oscar
like-
Isaac as the husband. Oh my!
no, dude.
I'm
Drive
done.
was
That's
so boring.
I,
There was no point to
It
that.
was boring.
It was
I-
not boring. That movie was so
I felt like it was
on the edge of your
wasted.
seat the whole time, man.
Not me.
Sleeping, sure.
No, on the edge of your seat, ready to go with Ryan Gosling and all the cool purple colors.
Nah, I'm
Man,
okay.
I don't know, man. Maybe
If
I
you
want
want a good
look at-
Refn
no.
movie, watch The Neon Demon. That
Ooh,
was
that was art house action at its best.
that just blew my mind. The Neon Demon, I loved it.
What about Place Behind the
That was
Pines?
good.
It was good, not the best. It was okay.
Yo, I totally switching gears, but I liked Looper.
Looper's amazing. I love Looper.
That was another that kind of gave me a pinch of that art house vibe.
Loved it.
Looper's all right.
Oh man, don't start that.
Anything else? Let's address it now before we talk about it again.
Let's address it
I
now.
like Emily Blunt.
I
She
like
was-
Emily Blunt.
she was
Edge of
good.
Tomorrow was fantastic.
Yes.
Have
Love that
either of
movie.
y'all seen Run Lola Run?
Yes, love that movie.
God, I fucking love that movie.
So good, so good.
I don't know anybody in that cast, but I know that fucking soundtrack is killer.
I think you have some comments to catch up on, Leo.
Oh, let's see. I watched it with my aunt on my birthday last year, and I felt like she didn't like it. Kind of ruined my birthday. I think that's Ocean's 8.
Yes, it is.
I loved it. Love my Sandy B. I
went
do
with
too,
you.
man. But
I took her for her birthday to go watch it. So,
in my defense, I've seen Ocean's 8, bro. La La Land was amazing, so good. I don't know, man. Deserve best pick? Nah, man. Moonlight was definitely the one that deserved it.
dude, when that switcheroo happened, it was the greatest moment of my
Oh my
life.
god, I love
Oh my
that.
god, that was
Wait. It's not the La La Land. Hold on, guys.
dude,
We got
those
it wrong.
reactions, classic, iconic.
Dude, could you
Was that
imagine?
staged?
No, you don't want to fuck that up. Why would you
wanna
joke
know what
about something like
happened?
that?
It was actually Leonardo DiCaprio's fault. I will tell you what happened. So it was so funny. So Fate, okay, this is what happened. Let me try to. Okay, so Leonardo DiCaprio won the year before, so he announced that Emma Stone won for Best Actress, which was also disgusting because Isabelle Huppert was there for Elle and freaking Natalie Portman for Jackie. Oh my god. So that was robbery. So instead of exiting stage left, I want to say, Leo exited a different way and
I
left
sure did.
Emma Stone's envelope on the table, and then Faye Dunaway was like, "Oh, it's my envelope," and then walked out and then said La La Land because that's what it said underneath Emma's name for Best Picture. She took the wrong envelope.
Damn.
She took the wrong envelope that he used to pronounce her as the best actress.
Theory. That was
And
the
then
theory.
she read La La Land as her name, as that was the. Oh my
That was the
fucking
theory.
god!
Then Leo's like, "Okay, peace out. I'm leaving. I'm not." So I
Did
think
he
that
really?
was-
He bounced out of the Oscars?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm going to the after party. I don't give a shit anymore." And then he left. Pretty sure. Dude, he's so out of it. I remember when they stole his Oscar. They stole it at the after party. His first one that he ever won for freaking The
Revenant?
Revenant.
That's
They
not
stole the
cool.
Oscar, bro. They stole it. I was dying
How would he let that out of his sight?
because he was blitzed out of his mind. That's why.
No matter how drunk you get, that's
Oh,
something you've
dude.
been hunting
Oh,
for.
dude, them
It was
motherfuckers
funny.
get.
It was just funny. They get lit, bro. Trust me. It was hilarious. And Leo's like hardcore. Like for sure. I love him to death. Him and his wolf pack. Oh my god, I love them. I love them. But yeah, that's what
Oh,
happened.
thanks, Amanda.
Not you.
I know.
Ouch.
Sorry.
Staying down.
I'm sorry. But Leo, like DiCaprio's my first love, always.
Oh, interesting.
Why is it interesting? Why is it interesting?
He's one of my favorite actors and definitely
Good.
a man crush of mine.
Aw, twinning.
One of my new man crushes is John David Washington, by the way, which I'm so glad you praised him earlier. Because man, he does not get the recognition he
No,
deserves.
he's really good.
He is really good. What was that one movie? He was in a movie directed by RZA that was really good. Monsters and Men. He was great as Dennis.
So good. I love that movie. I thought it was
So
so
good.
good. I watched it at TIFF too. That was really good.
Yeah, where he played the cop. Oh man, I loved it.
Yeah, it was really strong.
And then Black Klansman. Amazing performance.
I cannot wait for Defy Bloods. To be
Oh my
honest.
god.
I'm
I'm
so
so
excited.
hyped.
I think I'm gonna do a double feature and watch Black Klansman and then that one because that's the mood I'm in. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna.
That'd be amazing. Is that based off something?
Yeah, well, I think it is. I think it's a true story. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Wow. I like that Chadwick Boseman is in it, but only like his young counterpart it looks to be.
And I think that's like the draw, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, yay! And then it's like 5 minutes. You're like, oh, like that's the people who don't care, and then the people who actually care about Spike Lee, they're gonna be like, yes, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the general movie going audience are gonna be like, oh my god, Chadwick Boseman.
Oh shit, Black Panther's in this, bro. We gotta see this shit.
So that's just gonna like funnel them to that, and then they're gonna realize that he's not in it a lot.
Yeah, he's only in the flashback portion. I'm sure his character dies.
Oh man.
Was there anything else we're missing, guys? Was there something that trending pretty heavy this week? I know Hulu's getting a redesign. I don't think there was anything like anything else massive this week I'm missing. Is there?
I don't think so.
No,
Looking at
Snyder
the
News was pretty
hashtags-
much it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the hashtags, and I think we covered pretty much everything.
Why is Emoji Movie trending on Twitter? I'm not even gonna get into that right now, but
Look, no, let's look. Let's see, because that
somebody shit posted about it.
is that what it is.
Yeah, thank God.
Okay, good. That movie was something. That was something.
That's the best way to describe it. Something shitty, something shitty, and that should be crumpled up and thrown into the trash, never visited again. And I feel the exact same about Valerian and the Lost fucking Planet. If anybody's seen that,
He's still going. Fuck hell. What are you laughing at?
wait,
Laugh.
do you guys know Valerian and the City of Lost Planets or 1,000 Planets?
City of Lost Planets. Lost.
That movie
It's the
was
city of 1,000 cities or
horrible.
some shit. It was horrible.
horrible.
It was so bad.
Did you guys read Valerian and Laureline? The
And
the
it's
comic book?
Yeah, that
No.
one. That's okay.
Oh,
I saw Kara and Dane, and I'm like, no, I can skip this. Thanks.
Dane DeHaan sucks. He really fucking
Harry
sucks.
Osborn. We just didn't like him as Harry Osborn.
You're a fraud, Spider-Man.
Thank you. I did not like him as Harry Osborn. I did not like him as Dane Dean either.
Dude. That's the only reason why you hate him.
I hate him because he was a horrible Harry Osborn. He was a horrible Valerian. He was a horrible James Dean. He was horrible in The Cure for Wellness. He's what? Name one Dane DeHaan movie that you're just like, oh shit, that is.
Kill Your Darlings.
Chronicle.
Kill Your Darlings and Chronicle. So good.
Oh, you're right. He is in fucking Chronicle. Okay.
And that was the movie you liked.
I did really
That's the
like
first movie I remember seeing him in.
It really wasn't that bad. If you
No, he was actually pretty good in Lawless.
Yes. Was he? Wait a minute.
He played cricket.
Yeah, Cricket Pate.
It wasn't.
Cricket.
I love that movie. Oh my god, it was so good.
I like
Oh
Shia
man,
Tom.
dude,
I didn't
I
like
love
him.
that film.
Both of my husbands in one film. Beautiful.
Lord.
And Jessica Chastain, gorgeous. Love it.
Woo!
Oh yes.
I love
God, she's so talented. And so hot. Oh my
Stunning.
God.
She's
The
literally-
talent
God.
just kills me, man.
Oh my God, I think she's a lesbian though.
What? She's married with a child.
I do. What the hell?
Dude,
Are
she
you-
be posting some pictures with like this. I don't know.
No,
She's Larry.
no, she can
Married.
appreciate women, Chris.
I'm just saying. I think she might be. It's
No.
okay though. She's hot. That's all.
I agree.
It too sucked.
Oh, I laughed so hard I gave myself a headache, you guys.
Oh my god, your laugh is
I
You're laughing.
cry. I'm
You're laughing.
crying when Leo's just when I just think it's so funny when Leo says something is bad, and just for some reason it just makes
Why
me
is that funny to you?
because you can really defend anything and make it sound like, oh shit, maybe I should take a look. But when you're just like, nah, horrible dumpster fire, it's just like, damn, Leo is just like he had done made his mind up, and it's just funny to me. I just don't know why. It makes me feel better about when I get stubborn and I go, nope, not gonna. I'm not gonna eat
Is
it.
there anything else that you guys want to get off your chest? Like anything else, so we don't have to do this all over again?
The DCEU is sloppy, and
Yep.
they need to fix it up. If the Snyder cut comes along and is just a rehash of the Justice League we got, I'm going to be very, very angry.
The DCU does not need fixing, but okay.
The original Justice League doesn't need fixing?
That one's a piece of shit we don't speak of because it was never released.
I thought that's what you said, though.
No. I think you're aware of my feelings towards that one. It doesn't exist. That film does not exist to me whatsoever. But it does not. Man of Steel doesn't need fixing. Batman vs Superman doesn't need fixing. Birds of Prey doesn't need fixing. Dude, let me finish. Wonder Woman doesn't need fixing. Aquaman was pretty decent. Doesn't need fixing. And Birds of Prey sure as hell doesn't need fixing. and Suicide Squad needs fixing, Justice League needs fixing, and we're obviously going to get that because their director's visions did not follow through. And Shazam is a masterpiece, so there has been no issues.
Shazam is a masterpiece.
I won't
That
call it.
movie is so much fun and heartwarming. I adore
It
that.
is, but masterpiece. Hold on, let me back up. We got a comment from Bat City Stuff who says in the Suicide Squad, we would have gotten 20 or 30 minutes of the natural, sad, and scary progression of Dr. June Moon's possession by the Enchantress. We would have gotten a scary, unpredictable, brutal Joker. And you know what, Bat City Stuff? I would have liked that in the original cut. And I think if I see the Ayer cut and that's the only new thing added, I'm still going to be upset. It was.
What
I
are you
have it on
expecting
Blu-ray.
from the Ayer cut? You know they're not going to pull in reshoots. You know nobody came in and directed
I know the
scenes
Ayer
without
cut's
David.
not going to be that good, dude.
No, the Ayer cut's just going to be a little bit more Joker, a little bit more Harley Quinn.
Christian said BVS needs so much fixing. Same with Aquaman. The way I feel about BVS, that theatrical was, oh man, I just y'all, I went in a Batman shirt ready to go, and then I walked out of that shit, and I was like,
I was so perplexed of what I just saw. I couldn't even eat my Chipotle.
Aquaman, I thought was okay. Wonder Woman, really liked. I like Birds of Prey. Suicide Squad was another mess.
Suicide Squad.
So for me, I will line up the three movies that I guess I could say were a quote unquote mess for the DCEU in my eyes. I'm not going to speak for everyone, but the three movies in question for me that kind of had me a little bit questioned about it. But I'm back on track, folks. I'm back on track. But Batman versus Superman, Suicide Squad, and Justice League. Those were three movies where I was just kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to like the DCEU. Bat City Stuff says DCEU is perfect without WB interference, and I can get behind that.
Facts.
Perfect, maybe, but I can get behind the fact that it's better. It will be better without the WB interference, and they are behind the sloppy, unorganized universe that they tried to shit out so early. Anybody?
Yeah, I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, I've stuck doing that too.
So I'm reading the comments, and I want to go back to what I said about masterpiece. I say that when I personally really like something. I'm not saying that it's like a god tier film. I'm just saying I really enjoyed that film, and for me, it's like I thought it was perfect for my liking. That's just the way I am. So when I say masterpiece, I don't actually mean that's a masterpiece. I just think that I really love it. But unless something is a masterpiece, then I obviously have facts to back it up. So there's just different. The way I talk, you'll get used to it because that's the way I am.
You just for me, the tones, you just can't go from BVS.
That's fair.
To Shazam. You just can't.
That's fair.
I don't know though. I kind of don't have a problem with that because we went from Winter Soldier to Thor Ragnarok. I'm just being honest.
No, we didn't go straight from that.
We didn't go straight from it, but Shazam wasn't straight after Justice League either.
Dude, after Winter Soldier, you had Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a tone shift.
That was a big tone shift right there.
Right after. So that's different. But
then tell me, why does the MCU film still feel cohesively MCU?
Because they're dumbed down for everything. That's why. It's an even playing field. And it's formulaic. I think because there's a formula, you're like, okay, yeah, I've seen this. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. There's no surprises unless there's a death or like they add something for shock value. But there are no surprises whatsoever in any of the films.
But like, how can tones be a little bit different in the MCU, but when it comes to the DCU, when those tones clash, how come there's just because there's such a big contrast between the dark and the light that it doesn't fit well?
I think it's because of the characters in DC that they're all very unique. If you each one is very unique. If you look at the entire Justice League, they're so distinct from each other. And then you go to the MCU, and there's some characters that kind of blend in with each other. And I think that's why because they're always like quippy, they're hotheads, some of them, and like they all bleed into each other eventually.
No, I like where you're going with that. Especially like I would not have loved the Dark Shazam movie. Like you can't make Shazam dark. You just can't do it.
See me? I'm
You
saying,
can't do it to
yeah, let's
Flash.
do that.
But
But
that's the thing.
getting
That's
those
against the
Black Adam,
character.
Zack Snyder doing a Shazam film? You wouldn't want that?
No,
No, it's
no,
a
I
different
would not.
tone.
Not
I
me.
agree with you, though.
Give me the new 52 Billy Batson. I'll take it.
Dude, the new 52
Little
Billy
darker. He's a little
Batson
darker.
was a little darker, but it was not like he was flying in, knocking heads off or anything. It was not that dark. It was just that time Shazam kind of had a little bit of a personality of his own. But Captain Marvel and all the runs before that and beside that, no, Shazam has the same personality as Billy Batson.
I don't know.
Oh, got a couple comments. Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL music's the best thing to ever come out of comic book movies. I can agree because that damn Man of Steel soundtrack was phenomenal.
Yeah, so well, I mean,
MCU makes
BVS
good
had
movies.
some good shit too. Because Junkie XL wasn't on, it was Hans Zimmer on the Man of Steel, and then Junkie XL and Hans Zimmer on BVS.
BVS, yeah, I know Junkie came in on BV. I was surprised when Tony died and when Cap held Thor's hammer.
I wasn't.
I wasn't really surprised by the Thor's hammer part just because of it was teased in Age of Ultron. I guess I was a little surprised about Tony's death because I was like, oh, I thought he kind of got away in Infinity War, but I guess that didn't happen. I just wanted them all to die. I know that sounds so morbid, but I just wanted them to like all go out fighting, and then like when the team was almost like on their very last leg, then everybody came through the portals to help them. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
I feel you.
All right, guys. Was there anything else we wanted to add?
Not that I can think of.
I think we scared Mando away.
No, I think we covered it for sure.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. We got Christian, Bat City stuff. AJ came through. Mel, guys, thank you so much for coming. We had Jesse Allen on earlier. A lot of great interaction today, guys. Be sure to follow us. Every week we do a stream on Sunday night, and be sure to come through, guys. We'll be back next Sunday.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.